Handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
It's time for high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Now, let's go to live coverage of high school sports on the NCWLIFE Channel, your local TV station.
Panthers win the district championship.
Hello and good evening, everyone, to another exciting night of high school football here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Tonight, it's the Eisenhower Cadets and the Wenatchee Panthers. I'm Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom. And Eric, I look at tonight going into this is kind of a good news, bad news situation for both these teams. The bad news is, overall, they're both 0-3, and they both got beat by 30 points or more last Friday. The good news is they're only 0-1 in league play, so a win tonight, they're back to 500. And there's still a lot of football left.
Absolutely, and no matter what happens, somebody's going to get a win in the column tonight. And even if we have to be here all night long, do 9 overtimes, somebody's going to win. And for Wenatchee, that would match their win total for all of last season. So it's been kind of a rough go for the Panthers here for a couple of years now.
So when we come back, we'll talk more about what each team needs to do to possibly pull out a win here. Panthers maybe strategy going into this one. And then Eric had a chance to talk to head coach Scott Devereaux, and we'll get to that too. So it should be an exciting night of football here. I'm looking for a close game.
Yeah, absolutely. You got a team that likes to throw it around the ballpark. That's what Eisenhower likes to do. They got a lot of youngsters, a lot of speedsters. We'll talk more about that coming up. And then for Wenatchee, they kind of found a mix last week of being able to run the football and mix in some passing. So we'll see what Coach Devereaux has up his sleeve tonight. One thing that Wenatchee has been battling with this week, the flu has been going through school. It's been going around the community. We've had some at work, as a matter of fact. And so that's been kind of hampering things as far as the health of the Panthers is concerned. We'll see who's left here tonight standing, not only at the beginning of the game, but at the end as well.
All right, when we come back, Eric and I will have more from the field as our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel. It's Wenatchee and Eisenhower. Pregame show continues right after this.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether,
we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel, and Eric, Eisenhower and Wenatchee, let's be honest, two rebuilding teams, rebuilding programs. We've seen that over the last 3 or 4 years, maybe longer than that with Ike. So a win on the road for Ike is huge, but a win here for Wenatchee is going to give them a lot of confidence too.
Absolutely, and we got to remember too, this is Wenatchee's home opener. They haven't played at home yet this year, so 3 games in, you get to the 4th week of the season. Finally, Wenatchee gets a home game, so they, put a little extra gumbo in there for them, and hopefully the home field will be an advantage for them here tonight. The crowd's starting to show up. We've got a good crowd on hand, and looking for sometimes you get these 0-for teams. They got nothing to lose. They're going to throw everything at you, including the kitchen sink. Now, let's talk about the specifics as far as both of these teams are concerned. Of course, you mentioned Wenatchee coming off that loss to Eastmont last week. It was a case of big plays. And we'll talk to Coach Scott Devereaux coming up here on the pregame show about those big plays. And that's what Ike likes to do. If you look at their pass average per completion, well over 10 yards. They like to toss it downfield and chuck it with their quarterback, Moses Spurrier. And he likes to throw it around. Now, they're little guys. You can lose them back there. Their running back is, under 6 feet. Right. Everybody's under 6 feet just about on this entire team as far as the skill position players, but they are fast. So Wenatchee's going to play kind of a almost prevent defense you can expect here tonight to keep everything in front of them and don't give up the big plays. Too many times Eastmont got the big play in that 56-24 win last week. Now, as far as Wenatchee offensively, I thought they found a pretty good mix with Jackson Bishop back there at quarterback, but Scott Devereaux tells us that, Eastmont came up and was fixated on stopping the run, so that left some things open in the passing lanes. Speaking of running, I think you've got a two-man punch now between Martinez and Jack Flugie. He looked well, and he's a big kid playing offense and defense, and that's something too, Grant, about both of these clubs. You look at these rosters, there's not a lot of bodies on either side. You got 30-some-odd players on each team. When we talked about just a moment ago the health problems with Wenatchee as far as the Panthers are concerned, so you got a lot of guys playing both ways. We saw that last week late in the game against Eastmont where some of the Panthers were going down with cramps and things like that. A little cooler night here tonight. It's absolutely perfect weather for football. Yeah. But that'll be something to watch as well as the conditioning for both teams and how that goes. If this turns out to be kind of a track meet type of affair and we get late in the game and it's close, we'll have to see how the health holds up.
So you saw Wenatchee play last weekend. I didn't. What does Jacob Devereaux bring to this offense that maybe Jackson Bishop doesn't?
Well, he obviously likes to run the football, and they like to run it with him back there at quarterback. So he'll start tonight. He's number 8 for the Wenatchee Panthers. Coach's kid. Coach's kids, they typically are your coach on the field as well. So he likes to run the ball. In fact, he's carried it for 29 times so far this season for Wenatchee. So he's accustomed to that. We might see a little wrinkle offensively as well here tonight with Wenatchee spreading things out. Scott was telling me yesterday when I talked to him in practice that Eisenhower likes to specifically line up these youngsters outside your offensive line. So if you split out a tight end a little bit wider, that's going to give an advantage on that cut lane for your running back. So Martinez, you look for him to carry the ball, look for Flugie to carry the ball as well, and for Devereaux to carry the ball. We're going to see both quarterbacks tonight. We're going to see Devereaux start. We're going to see Jackson Bishop come in at times, and we'll see what they do offensively for the mix-up against the Cadets here tonight.
And it sounds like, talking about what Coach Devereaux told you from last week, they missed maybe some over-the-top open receivers against Eastmont. I think they're probably trying to establish the run and then maybe hit some of those over-the-top passes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as far as the Cadets are concerned, and being a young team and fairly new coaching staff there, and they're still trying to get their systems in place, and so it's about lining up correctly and then playing whatever it is, offensive plays, defensive plays, and they can be kind of predictable according to Coach Devereaux at times. And so that'll be a key here for Wenatchee tonight, is to take advantage of those predictability factors for Eisenhower and take advantage when the matchup fits.
And, giving up big plays like they did time after time after time last week, that's really just fundamentals and not sticking to the game plan. And I'm sure Coach Devereaux hit the players hard with that all week.
That was something, and we'll talk to Evan Burdan here on the pregame show as well. Of course, a great all-league performer, first-teamer, and he's talked about, and Coach Devereaux talked about this too, missed tackles. There was a lot of guys leaving their feet. You got to have the fundamentals. You got to break down. You got to keep your feet active and drive through the tackle. Don't just reach out and try to grab the guy as he goes by you.
Or watching the pros too much and just thinking you can knock somebody off their feet and that's good enough. All right, when we come back, Eric had a chance to talk to Coach Devereaux. We'll have that when we come back. And your starting lineup for tonight, it's Wenatchee and Eisenhower coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Are you ready for some football?
I'm ready.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Lewiston, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made one trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dix strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for Wenatchee and Eisenhower. Talking with Scott Devereaux. Well, Scott, first of all, talk about last week and that rivalry game. The kids didn't give up. I think that's probably one thing to hang your hat on.
Yeah, our kids battled. You know, we weren't quite as big, fast, or strong as the Eastmont Wildcats were, and but that's life. We got to pick ourselves up and keep fighting.
You got to be happy with the way Jackson Bishop threw the ball for you, especially in that second half.
Yeah, I came alive. I think they loaded up against our run pretty heavy, and that opened some things up for our passing game there.
Talk about two-man punch between Flugie and Martinez. I thought you guys were able to get some things going on the ground there.
Yeah, we had 400 yards of offense. About half of that was rushing, so it was our best game offensively. So hopefully we see more of that happening.
So you build on the positives. Do you talk about the negatives getting ready for this 0-3 Ike team?
Oh, you always got to look and see what you can improve upon. We saw a lot of positive, especially on offense. Defensively, we made some pretty big mistakes, and Eastmont scored fast on some big plays, and we looked at some of what we did wrong there, and we focused on fixing those for this week.
Was that assignment thing? Was it somebody looking the wrong way, reading the wrong key, or what was that?
It's a little bit of all that.
Okay.
Yeah. We had some guys miss tackles, but we had some guys not be where they should be, and that busted off some of those longer runs that they had. And Eastmont has really good speed, and I think you see that we're not that fast. We have to do things really, really right.
What can we expect against this Eisenhower team?
They're pretty fast. They throw the ball a lot of deep balls. They like to throw deep seams and deep comebacks. Defensively, they're kind of like everybody else. They're either going to be in a 3-4 or a 4-3. Last year they played a little bit of an eagle against us, or a bear front, so we're ready for that this time. And their running back's really fast. I like the way he runs downhill 100 miles an hour, so we got to make sure we tackle him at the line of scrimmage.
So looking at that speed and the fact that they like to throw the ball, you're going to try to keep things in front of you in that regard?
Yeah, we're going to keep in front of us. They're fairly predictable with what we've seen in the 3 games. They do some things formation-wise that kind of tip what they want to do. I think we're prepared for that. And, what I've noticed in the 3 games, they never really drove the ball down the field on any, 10, 12, 15-yard drives. It was big plays where they score. And if we can make them drive the ball, I really like our chances.
Kind of a scary injury looked like in the third quarter of the game with Riley. What's the synopsis there?
He's doing really well. Came back with no ligament damage, nothing like that. He's able to run around a little bit this week, and he'll be ready to go next week.
All right, well, best of luck here tonight. Keep everybody healthy.
Thank you.
Scott Devereaux joining us here on the Pregame Show. We'll come back and talk with Evan Burdan, one of the 5 senior captains, coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, folks. Welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can move this
Great. I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Our pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we get ready for the Cadets and the Panthers, and talking with a senior who I swear has been here for like 6-8 years now, Evan Burdan, not because of grades, but just because everybody has to deal with you one way or another, especially on the football field. Evan, how's your season gone? I know you don't like the wins and losses, but for you, how's it going?
For me personally, I feel like it's gone pretty well. I've been in the backfield a lot with all the teams we've played. I had a couple sacks last week against Eastmont, had one against Skyline, and I'm hoping to get a few more against Ike this week.
How do you turn the frustration from not winning against that team one more time, now 4th year in a row for you, to focusing on Eisenhower?
Well, I mean, over the weekend it's hard to keep the team's head in it, kind of keep them focused on the next game instead of the one we just lost. But for me personally, I watch the film on Saturday and then I flush it, get ready for the next game. There's no point in lingering on it.
When you were selected as a captain and you heard that okay, you're one of the captains, what does that mean to you?
It means that I need to be out here every day, being a leader, doing everything I can to make every one of these guys better, including myself, and just keeping everybody's head in the game and focused on the next game.
Now, are you an outspoken guy, or you lead by example? How do you lead?
I kind of do both. I'll set the expectation before practice. I'll get everybody in huddle and say what the expectation is for practice, and then I also lead by example out here on the practice field.
Now, I think you dealt with a shoulder in wrestling, if I'm not mistaken.
Hamstring.
Hamstring, okay. Talk about that, and I know you, more than football for you, I heard you were a little busy this summer with wrestling, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, so last year, I think week 8 of football, I had I think it's called a second phase tear in my hamstring, which is like halfway from being completely torn. And I'd take a couple weeks off of wrestling, and that still kind of phased me for the rest of the season. And then after high school season, when I was done with state, I went on this summer to go to nationals at Fargo.
And a different kind of wrestling for you, right?
Correct. Well, it's different from high school wrestling. I've wrestled this in the past. I did freestyle and Greco-Roman, which is what's wrestled at the Olympics at Fargo.
Now, I hear you have big plans after high school. What are you going to do?
My plan, actually, I've already enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps, and then hopefully I'm going to be wrestling for them, getting paid to wrestle.
That's a good thing. A good thing. Wrestling and football. What can you use from the mat out here on the football field?
I always say that wrestling will make you a better football player, and a lot of these coaches will agree, especially Jagla, because he's the coach for both. But wrestling just gets you more in tune with keeping your hips low, like knowing your body a lot more, that more explosive dynamic for especially tackling out here. I think if a lot of these guys wrestled, they'd be a lot better tacklers.
Tell me what we can expect here against Eisenhower.
I'm hoping for a win. I'm hoping for a lot of tackles for loss out of our team, especially with how they like to pass the ball a lot. I'm hoping for a lot of turnovers and just a great game.
How hard is that to play offense, defense, and really not get a break?
It's pretty difficult. I mean, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape to do it, but a lot of these guys, we don't have the numbers to have different people on different sides of the ball, so we have to play both sides. And the first few weeks are pretty rough, but as the season goes on, it gets a lot easier.
You ever look to the sideline and go, hey, coach, I need one out?
Yeah, there have been a few times where I've been like, I just need one break. I just need some water or something. Just give me some water and I'll go back on a couple plays later.
Well, best luck here today and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Evan Berdan joining us here on a pregame show. We'll come back, get you a look at the starting lineups coming up next. It's the Cadets and the Panthers here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
The NCWLIFE Channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE Channel today.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Pregame show continues here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Eric Granstrom I'm Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom. We've made our way from the field to the booth now. And Eric, before I get into the starting lineup, what a beautiful night for football.
Absolutely gorgeous.
A little bit hazy here with a little smoke, but boy, it hasn't been bad today. I think temperatures in the low 70s
Well,
today.
this is our first chance to broadcast a game from Wenatchee since they haven't been home so far this season.
Right.
And you forget how nice it is, the precipice upon which we sit to watch a game here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl.
It's just the best view in all of football.
Really is.
Every booth I've been to, this is the best.
For those that are watching on TV right now or on the stream, you're looking at the camera angle opposite of where we are. We're up above Pioneer Middle School, above their gym, and we're literally feel like I could fall out of the booth right on the 50-yard line, middle of the field.
We are directly above the field, and I kind of like that.
Well, and because of a vacation in the radio world, as far as covering Wenatchee Panther sports, we get the whole booth basically to ourselves. We got some coaches down the way, and that's it.
That's never happened as long as I've done Wenatchee games. This is right on the 50-yard line. This is fantastic.
I'm going to stretch out here, Grant, while you do the starting lineups.
All right, we will begin with the starters for the Eisenhower Cadet offense. At quarterback, going to be a big part of this team tonight. Moses Spurrier, a 5'1", 180-pound sophomore. Behind him at tailback, another sophomore, Graces Sartain. He's not very big either. Eric mentioned that earlier, 5'8", 160 pounds. The wide receivers, Javon Davis, a senior at 5'1", 155 pounds. On the other side, it's Judah Oldenkamp. He's a junior, 5'9", 145 pounds. Also at wide receiver, Nehemiah Garcia. He's a senior, 5'8", 155 pounds. And the other wideout, Aaron Collette. He is a sophomore, 6 feet, 150 pounds. Now for the big men up front at center is Davian Taylor, 6'2", 210-pound sophomore. To his right is right guard Kanan Gutierrez, 5'7", 240-pound sophomore. On the other side is Elijah Hiringa. He is a 6'2", 200-pound junior. And now the tackles. Left tackle is Henry Hodge, a big one at 6'6", 240 pounds. He's a senior. And on the other side at right tackle is Bryson Chase, a 6 foot, 265-pound sophomore. Head coach of the Eisenhower Cadets is Gary Jimenez. And now for the homestanding Wenatchee Panthers at quarterback tonight, a junior, Jake Devereaux, 5'10", 177-pounder. At running back, I think who will also play a big part in this game tonight is Anthony Martinez, 5'10", 190-pound senior. The wide receivers are Aiden Babst, a junior, 5'10", 174. Also Caden Vial, 6'4". He's a tall one, almost 200 pounds, a senior, and Mason Galvin, a junior, 6'3", 182 pounds. Can't forget about the tight end for the Panthers either, Ethan Wirtz, 6'1", 194-pound junior. And now the offensive line. At center is Calvin Bishop, a junior, 6'1", 211 pounds. At guard, Isaac Davis. He is a senior, 5'9", 200. Also at guard, Evan Burdan, one of the toughest kids you're going to see, 6 foot, 215 pounds. And the tackles, Colby Hill and Brody Payne. Payne is a senior as well as Hill. Payne, huge, Eric, 6'2", 273 pounds. And Colby Hill also a big one at 6'2", 245 pounds. Head coach of the Wenatchee Panthers is Scott Devereaux. So both lines really are about the same size when you take a look at that. So it's just a matter of these skill players tonight, isn't it?
Absolutely. And by the way, our starting lineups brought to you by TC Slingers. Let TC Slingers save you time, money, and labor with their conveyor application. Call for your free estimate today at 509-885-2269. TC Slingers of Wenatchee, your landscape placement company. How many times, Grant, you've been stuck hauling with the wheelbarrow stuff to the backyard from the front that was piled up there at bark or whatever, and TC Slingers will help you get it back there real easy. We've got the anthem now here, Grant. Marching band in full throat here tonight at the Apple Bowl. I'm telling you, that gets you ready for football. I don't care who you are, where you live, doesn't matter. Chills up and down the spine. Let's kick it off here, Grant.
The best in the business, that's for sure. The Golden Apple Marching Band. For the 59th time, it's the Eisenhower Cadets and the Wenatchee Panthers. Wenatchee does hold the slim margin in the overall series, 32 wins to 25 losses and 1 tie. And Wenatchee versus Ike is 15-13 here at home. They've had some battles over the years here, Eric, and that was when Ike was a little different program, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Of course, Eisenhower back from the old Mid-Valley days, too. Big opponent of Eastmont across the river. Captains coming out to the middle of the field for Eisenhower. It's Nehemiah Garcia, Javon Davis, David Aguilar, and Mark Stevens. For the Panthers, it is Jake Devereaux. He's got number 8 on. 54 is Evan Burdan. 72 is Colby Hill. And 88 is Rivers Cook. Our officials for the game tonight: Mike Penning is the referee, Zach Kirshner the umpire, Craig Still the head linesman, the line judge is Nathan Hahn, and the back judge is Kelly Campbell, all from the Chelan County Officials Association. We've got a camera front and center to see the toss of the coin, and it's 50-50. I don't care what you call.
50. Is it usually tails? I mean, really?
No, 50% of the time it's heads. You ever done that? We did that back in high school. I think we had a science class or something like that. It was the something about the propensity of something to happen and how it occurs, and they gave us 100 coin tosses, and it was invariably either 50-50, 51-49, right in there.
So it looks like Eisenhower won the toss, and they will defer to the second half. Wenatchee will have
they chose heads.
First. They probably. I always choose tails.
Do you?
Every time.
Well, if you watch the Seahawks, that's been the propensity too, is to call tails rather than heads.
I guess that's true, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Great to have you along tonight as We have another broadcast of high school football, and great to get going with another football season, a regular sort of football season this year, back to normal, so to speak. And as the Wenatchee Panthers take the field, as we mentioned, they will be receiving this kick, and back deep to do that for the Panthers is Aiden Babst, number 5, along with number 1 for the Wenatchee Panthers, and that's Alex Brender. Kicking off for Eisenhower is David Aguilar.
I typically like to watch the kickers in the pregame, but we were a little busy in the pregame, so I didn't get a chance to see what kind of leg he's got on him. They haven't scored much, but they have had problems with their extra points. I did see several of those recaps from the Yakima Herald, where it was extra point or PAT missed.
And I noticed Eisenhower played your old high school, Cedro Woolley, at home and got thrashed 42-14. Your team is good this year.
It was Eisenhower that actually got up early. They
kidding.
were up 2 touchdowns, and then Woolley came back and just squashed him in the second half.
I think they're undefeated, aren't they, Eric?
Yes, they are. They got a big game, I think, up north against Linden tonight, who's also undefeated.
Wow. All right, Aguilar.
He's a big kid.
Sure is.
6'2".
Actually, it looks like Caleb Coronel will kick off, and it goes well into the end zone for a touchback. That was number 6. He's supposed to be the punter, Caleb Coronel, but he is a big punter out there. It's only 6'3", 215.
That's all.
That's all.
You talk about putting a leg into it. Now that is a leg into it.
So Panthers begin at their own 20-yard line, just underway, 12 minutes on the clock in this first quarter. Decent crowd on hand, but I'm sure the Panthers would like a full house here for their first home game of the season.
And
but
they're
boy,
just a late arriving crowd.
A win here tonight would do a lot for the next home game, that's for sure. All right, Jacob Devereaux. He's in shotgun. 4 receivers split out now to his right. This is an interesting formation here, and a receiver out to the left side as well. Cadet jumps. It's big number 72, Colby Hill, the senior, and that'll give the Panthers 5 yards and a first down and 5. Anxious to see here, Eric, what the Panthers are going to do on offense. Like you said, kind of nothing to lose between these two teams tonight, or with them. You're 0-3 overall, 0-1 in the league. You just want to win tonight.
Absolutely. And make a statement and show that you're here to play in the Big 9. It's just you're not a doormat for everybody else.
Panthers, once again, 5 receivers in this offensive set. There's the snap, and Devereaux just going to take it right up the middle, leans forward, going to be about a yard short of that first down. Only needed 5. Remember, it was a 1st and 5, and that now brings up a 2nd and 1.
David Aguilar on the stop for the Cadets.
Going to see a lot of that tonight, Eric. You hit it right on the head.
And that's something you watch Eisenhower here. They got a 4-man defensive front, and they like to split them out and try to keep your defensive ends or your defensive tackles outside the tackles. So if you widen your stance out there, that gives you more running lanes.
Handoff, Martinez this time over the left side, has a little bit of room, and around the ankles is Juan Rios of the Cadets, and that brought the Wenatchee Panther running back down after a first down and a gain of a what, Eric? About 3 yards.
3 yards, yep.
Good enough for the first for Wenatchee. Anthony Martinez, great build to him. 5'10", 190. That's a good running back size.
And he runs the ball well, like you'd like to see it, north and south, and keeps his shoulders square and just stays low. And he's got a huge thighs and huge lower gravity.
Handoff again. Martinez had a little bit of room, broke that first tackle, now cut it back inside. A bunch of Panthers come in to help, but that's a nice gain again of about 5 yards on first down.
Just go over that left side and use that big offensive line in front of you to just get body on body, yellow hat and a white hat out there, and Martinez just slowly, methodically picking his way ahead. They'll give him 6 on first down, 2nd down, and 4. You love those when the chains are short in front of you, Grant.
Absolutely. This is a great down in distance for maybe something downfield. 2nd down and 4. We'll see if Coach Devereaux pulls that out here, as Devereaux brings the team up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, shotgun. We're going to see that all night tonight. Caden Vile, the far side of the field. Here's Martinez. Gets tripped up at the 40, but falls forward to the 42-yard line, and that'll be a gain of 3 and bring up 3rd and short for the Panthers.
Good job by the linebacker that time for Ike Easton Green, 6'1", 195-pound junior. Just saw the handoff and was able to fill the hole and keep him to a short gain of a couple of yards on the play.
I'm sure there's nothing more Coach Devereaux would love than a long, sustained drive here and a touchdown and take a bunch off this first quarter clock.
You know, Vial was sick this week. He missed a couple of days because of that flu bug that's going around, so it's good to see him out here tonight for Wenatchee.
Aiden Bapp split out far side of the field. Also Rivers Cook out there. Handoff again. This time it's the big man up the middle. I say big man, I'm not kidding. 6'2", 230-pound junior as he rumbles across midfield into cadet territory, marked at the 49-yard line.
Well, Flugie came in. He hasn't had a lot of touches, just 13 carries, 88 yards, but his average is 6.7 every time he touches it. He gets 11 right there.
He's a load, isn't he? Split out far or near side to your viewing advantage is Mason Galvin right there on the near side by the cadet bench. 3 receivers in the set for the Panthers as Flugie stays in there now with Devereaux in the backfield. Devereaux's going to keep it. Wanted to go outside, cut back inside instead. And another nice tackle, David Aguilar from his linebacker position with the stop for the Cadets.
Gain of just a yard there for Devereaux. He kind of hampered a little bit on getting started because the snap was high. Had to jump up and get it before he could get his forward momentum going, and that cost him a yard.
You're exactly right, Eric. Just that split-second delay kind of affects that play for sure. Split out now far side is Caden Vial for the Panthers as he comes even a little bit wider. Once again, Flugie remains in at the fullback position. Here's Devereaux going to put it up this time. Goes far near side. It's caught there. Mason Galvin, and he's fighting his way for a first down, and I think he's got it. Past the 38, or the 39 is where they need to go. They'll mark him at the 38, gain of 11.
Nice little pitch and catch out there. You get the defense to start thinking run, 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 and suddenly just drop back and throw it out to the left. And a good job yards after the catch for Galvin. Was able to get himself ahead for 10 yards, 11 yards, and a first down.
All right, the Panthers creeping up on 4 minutes now on this opening drive. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. No score. Panthers in cadet territory at the 37-yard line. Here's the snap a little high again. It's Martinez. Stutter stepping his way across the 35. They're going to mark him at the 34. And that's a gain of 4 for Martinez. He keeps his legs going, too. I like that. Both running backs for the Panthers just keep them going.
And it looked like Jack Flugie was in there as well. He was an up back, if you will, as Martinez was a tailback there. But it looked like Flugie, who hasn't had a lot of playing time, and I'll bet he hasn't had a lot of playing time as an up back and supposed to be blocking there, but he kind of lost himself in the backfield.
And he's back there again, Eric, with Martinez. Devereaux shotgun. He's going to keep it. And not much there. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. I think when you do that, Eric, you got to sell it a little bit better than that. You can't just tuck it and run right when you get the snap. At least look the other way, maybe act like you're going to throw it and then take off. But
yeah, that was a little bit too eager for Devereaux there. And that's a read option. He's got a chance to hand that off to Martinez if he wants to. I think that would have been a little better choice that time around.
I think so, too. That'll bring up 3rd down now for the Panthers. 3rd and 7. Panthers need to get to the Ike 28-yard line. Flugie and Martinez will stay in the backfield. Split far side of this field is Vial once again. Whistles and flags fly before the play.
And a little flinch up front defensively, but I think he may have been drawn off by the offense.
Yep. Exactly right.
Penalty marker down.
First penalty against the Panthers. And that's something that Wenatchee just has not had a great time of recovering from is negative plays. Whether it's a sack or whether it's a negative run or a penalty, they had a heck of a time against Eastmont last week in recovering from that. Now they face a 3rd and nearly 12 yards.
And it's such a different down and distance than 3rd and 7 what they had. And this is after a 9-play drive right now. And that penalty puts him in a hole, as Eric mentioned. Here's Devereaux. He's going to roll to his right this time. Looking downfield, he's going to keep it. Not a lot of room to run, and he's going to go for a loss there of about a yard and a half back to the 40.
Loss of a yard.
Great job by Caleb Colonel over there Looks like Colonel. That's how I'm going to pronounce it.
I
Or are you
think
going
it
to
is
say
too.
Coronel?
I did say Coronel.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's probably Coronel.
That's the kid that kicked off, Coronel.
Yeah, he did a great job of stretching that play out. Devereaux, again, you talk about selling it. He didn't sell the pass at all on that. He tucked it and ran, and for nothing for Wenatchee.
Juan Rios and the punting unit come out for the Panthers.
Now's where you got to watch for the speed on the return here.
And I believe it's Judah Oldenkamp back deep. 5'9", 145-pounder. The kick away from him,
Good
and it's
idea.
a beauty down at the 5-yard line. What a beautiful punt by Juan Rios. And Ike is going to be well back in their own territory with 5:21 left to go. This quick moving first quarter. It was almost a 7-minute drive for Wenatchee there. 10 plays, and the Panthers get nothing to show for it. So we'll see what Ike could do as they take the field for the first time on offense. Ball will be, as I mentioned, at their own 5-yard line with 5:21 left to go first quarter.
35-yard punt, no return, and with those speedy guys back there, smart play to punt it away.
I think we're going to see that a lot tonight, Eric. I really do. All right. For Ike, Moses Spurrier, the quarterback, in shotgun. The handoff to a little running back. Gets caught in the backfield by Rivers Cook and takes a little fly through the air back down to about the 4-yard line.
Rivers Cook, I think, was trying to show him the Columbia River there. Speaking of rivers, holy cow. Grayson Sartain had no place to go. The little scat sophomore back there, running back, lost a yard to be 2nd and 11.
Boy, they're so small, as you mentioned earlier, Eric. Just especially all the specialty guys. I don't think anybody's over 170 pounds.
Nope.
2nd and 11. Handoff up the middle. There's Rivers Cook again. Meets him at the 5-yard line. Give him about a yard on that carry. It's Oldenkamp.
Rivers doing a good job of just flowing down the line of scrimmage there from his defensive end position, just kind of reading what the offensive line is trying to do, and then see the handoff of the backfield and just help to close in on the tackle on the play.
Such a prototypical defensive end, isn't he, Eric? Eric at 6'4". You like a tall, lanky defensive end. Here we go. 3rd down and 9 now for the Cadets. Sertan back to pass. Far side of the field. Overshoots his intended receiver, Javon Davis. And that will bring on the punting unit for the Cadets. Boy, a quick 3-and-out for Ike there.
Well, that's something that, you change your playbook a little bit. You be conservative when you're backed up in your own end zone. Your own goalpost is right behind your shoulders. So we didn't see the full playbook there. But for Wenatchee defensively, good job making the stop. And now you're going to get great field position for your offense.
Absolutely. Into punt, Caleb Coronel once again, the big punter standing in his own end zone.
And we're going to get a timeout on the field here. Looks like a timeout taken by Wenatchee as they want to talk it over.
We'll take a quick one too. 4:05 left first quarter. No score here for Wenatchee High School. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders, or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Oh, thank God.
All right, we're back. The punt was off by Coronel for Ike. Almost was blocked on a high snap in the end zone. He managed to get it off. It took a nice Wenatchee bounce. And now the Panthers with fantastic field position. They'll begin at the Eisenhower 39-yard line.
Boy, that was a high snap, and somehow he's able to get the ball away. And actually a pretty good spiral from Coronel there. So Wenatchee gets the ball back, 3:55, good field position. See if the Panthers can connect offensively this time around.
Boy, and this drive follows a 10-play, 7-minute drive. Their first possession earlier in this quarter. 3:55 left to go, first period. Devereaux shotgun again with Martinez behind him. Flugie stays in the slot. Martinez steps around the first would-be tackler, then gets across the 40 to about the 39-yard line, and that'll be no gain.
Again, a high snap, and I believe that Wenatchee's working with a new center this week. Vincent Goforth was the center, but playing at center this time around, Calvin Bishop. We'll see who's out there snapping the football, and that's going to change your dynamic for your quarterback no matter who's back there calling the plays.
Yeah, that's so true. If the quarterback's back there worrying about where the snap's coming, he's not concentrating on what's coming up on the play. That's true. Devereaux shotgun again. Panthers second down and 10. The second drive and the second time Wenatchee has been in cadet territory. Fake handoff. Devereaux's going to keep it. Boy, not much there again up the middle. And a nice play by the cadets this time. Easton Green, the 6'1", 200-pound junior linebacker.
And Aiden Bapst in motion there, Grant, coming from right to left across the scrimmage, and that was the option. Faked the handoff to Bapst and then kept it himself. Maybe should have handed it off to Bapst. He had a lot of room around the left side.
Yeah, he really did. And that was his option once again, wasn't it, Eric? One thing we've noticed about Devereaux last season, this kid is tough. I mean, he took a lot of hits. He wants to do it all if he can. Two receivers now near side, one to the far side. Devereaux looks right. He's going to keep it again. Has some room this time and actually gets some help from some Ike tacklers as they push him up forward to about the 33-yard line. That'll be a nice gain of about 5 that time for Devereaux and bring up, I thought it was third down. Is it fourth down?
That was third down. It is for fourth down now. Unfortunately, for our viewers at home that are watching, they're not doing the scoreboard part of that, which really helps the fans here in the Apple Bowl as well if they're doing the scoreboard. But unfortunately, they're not keeping track of down and distance on the board here. So we'll tell you about that.
Really,
Wenatchee's going to go for it.
Really no man's land right here at the 32-yard line. And as Eric mentioned, somebody flinched on that line. Instead of 4th and 4, it's going to be 4th and 9 now, and that changes everything as the punting unit now runs out for the Panthers.
Nothing more frustrating for a coach than having a mental error like that. As Aiden Bapst stepped out of his stance, did a little shimmy shake, and the official grab for the yellow hankies is, sorry, you can't do that.
If you think about it, Eric, that's the second time now on 2 drives that a penalty has really held up the momentum of this offense. All right, once again, Juan Rios into punt. Back deep is Judah Oldenkamp. This time it will go towards Oldenkamp. Takes a big Wenatchee bounce and then just lays down at the 1-yard line. And that's where Ike will begin drive number 2. How about that punt again from Juan Rios?
How about that? As it looked like he was had the pitching wedge out, 60-degree angle there, Grant, and was able to get that a little backspin, a little checkup on it.
A little lob wedge there, Eric. Exactly. I wish I could do that, but
36-yard punt, no return. Well, game of field position being won by the Panthers, if nothing else right now.
Absolutely. Ike began their first drive at their own 5. This one begins at their own 1-yard line. Once again, at quarterback, Moses Spurrier.
Wenatchee showing blitz, but now backing out of it.
Spurrier's just going to keep it and try and get him out of that goal line situation and turns it into a nice gain. Has nice speed as he goes around the left side of that offensive line up to the 9-yard line. Nice 8-yard gain on first down and some quickness there from the quarterback, Moses Spurrier.
Heck of a deal to get your 3rd carry of the night to get positive yardage, but Wenatchee's done well so far. But, yeah, Moses Spurrier able to do well off the line there.
4 receivers in this offensive set. Sartan in the backfield. He gets the handoff very quick as well. Gets nudged out at about the 18-yard line, and that'll be more than enough for an Ike first down. I think they're going to give him the 20-yard line. Now we'll make it the 19. So the offensive line of Ike doing a nice job blowing open those holes for Not only the quarterbacks, Moses, but also Sartan, the running back, Moses Spurrier, that is. As once again, Ike comes out, 4 receivers in this set. Shotgun for Spurrier. Hands it off, Sartain again. Nothing doing that time. Rivers Cook, once again, for I think about the 3rd solo tackle he's had here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd for Rivers Cook. That's results in a negative play for Eisenhower. 4 carries, 9 yards for Grayson Sartain here so far in the ball game.
Loss of 1, as Eric mentioned. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Cadets. Spread offense for Eisenhower. Here's Spurrier back to pass on the run. Nice pass, and boy, the pass was there. Javon Davis just lost his concentration and dropped it. That ball was right in his chest. That would have been a nice gain for Ike, but instead, 3rd down and 11.
You know, you never know what the pregame is going to tell as far as the game is concerned, but I mentioned to you, Grant, when you got up here to the press box, I've been watching him throw the ball to his receivers against nobody, and he has an arm on him, but his receivers in the pregame warm-ups were dropping just about every ball that he threw.
And that happened right there. Sophomore is all that Moses Spurrier is, too. 3rd down and 11. Big play for both teams right here. A blitz coming by the Panthers. Screen set up. Perfect call against the blitz. And Sartain gets lit up by Charlie Jorgensen for the Panthers. The 6'1", 185-pound senior. And that's how you finish a tackle right there after a 3-yard gain.
That's going to be the end of the quarter. And what a way to end it for Wenatchee with the big stick by Jorgensen. 6'1", 185 pounds. Says, hello, welcome to Wenatchee.
After 1, no score from the Apple Bowl. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
I believe we've been coming to Abby's for 56 years, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
56 years.
Remembering all the events as a family and a community that we spent at Abby's.
Excellent and delicious food at an affordable price. We're delighted that we live close enough to be able to be a frequent customer.
And we are.
And we are. In fact, we've got orders to bring home a giant pizza when we leave here tonight.
Coronel gets the kick away for the Cadets. Baps just lets it roll, and it does take a favorable Eisenhower roll and is down at the Wenatchee 34-yard line. So the Panthers take the field for this, their 3rd possession of the night.
It'll be spotted at the 34-yard line of Wenatchee. 1st and 10.
Panthers have had 2 good drives in that opening period into Cadet territory, but penalties have kind of stifled the Panthers as they continued into the Ike territory and then just kind of stalled out and forced 2 punts. So both teams with punts here to begin this game, but Wenatchee with the ball here to begin this 2nd quarter. Devereaux and Flugie this time in the backfield for Wenatchee. Here's Flugie, the big guy, nice stiff arm around the left side. He might get a penalty for that, as I believe he stiff-armed the cadet right in the face mask.
Well, as long as he doesn't grab it, it's legal.
Well, I don't think he grabbed it. Gain of about 6, maybe 7 on that play. Give him 7.
It's a hold against Wenatchee, so the run will be negated. And that's the tough part about high school football, Grant, is that's a spot foul still. They talked about not having that be a spot foul, but the flag resting about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, they'll mark it back from there.
Yeah, that's a costly penalty right there. And notice Flugie came off a little bit gingerly on his right leg as he headed to the Wenatchee sideline. We'll keep our eye on that. Boy, and this brings up 1st down and long for the Panthers.
Well, they'll put the ball all the way back to the 21-yard line. And again, since they're not keeping track of the things here on the scoreboard.
1st and 22, Eric.
Yeah. Need to get out to the 44 for a 1st down.
Panthers going to try and peck away at this 22 yards. Here's Devereaux back to pass. Now he's flushed out of the pocket and going to go nowhere.
Jake Devereaux keeping the ball.
Back to the original line of scrimmage.
No, maybe a yard.
Yeah, not the original line of scrimmage, but back to where the down marker was. I don't know if he got a yard.
I'm going to be nice and give him a yard.
Green on the stop for the Cadets.
7 carries, 12 yards. And Devereaux's not able to keep his eyes downfield. That's a big problem for Wenatchee right now. He's taking his eyes off and then looking right in front of him and seeing what kind of yardage he can get on a scamper.
2nd and 21 now for the Panthers. Time for a screen pass. They do get it off. Here's Baps to the middle of the field. Found a blocker. If he gets outside, he's going to go ways. Midfield and finally drug down at the 49-yard line. A huge gain for Wenatchee on 2nd and 21.
30 yards on a little screen pass and perfectly called by the coaching staff for Wenatchee. As Eisenhower is getting their ears pinned back and coming on the rush. Perfectly executed screen pass for the Panthers.
And it's a chess match, isn't it, Eric, between the coaches? What your defense is going to do and what you're going to do on offense. Perfect call, as you said, by Coach Devereaux. 1st and 10 now. Panthers back into Cadet territory. That pass a little bit too far out in front of the intended receiver that time.
And they've got I think that's Anthony Garcia. They listed him as a backup, and he's out here with number 22. He's got him listed at 23 on the roster, but I think that's Anthony Garcia.
He's only a freshman too, Eric. 5'9", 155-pounder. Heck, he'd be one of the biggest specialty players on Ike, 155 pounds.
That's true.
2nd and 10 now, Panthers. Just inside Cadet territory at the 48-yard line. Panthers again, 4 receivers in this offensive set with Martinez now in at halfback. Flags fly. Devereaux's going to keep it, has some running room, and gets drugged down at the Eisenhower 42. But let's check the flag. 6-yard gain if it stands.
Came from the near side, so that's our line judge. And he threw it as the snap occurred, so somebody lined up wrong or lined up offsides. Let's see what the official says. Yep, we're coming back.
Yeah. So that 6-yard gain will be for naught. Nice scramble that time by Devereaux, but instead it's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
4 penalties, 25 yards for Wenatchee so far here in this ball game. And again, those negative little plays. And when you've got a young team, Grant, and you're trying to establish something, those negative plays can just kill a whole drive.
No, you're right, too. And it happens when they get into Cadet territory. They seem to be fine up until that point. But so the Panthers now not in Cadet territory. They're back at their own 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 15.
Eisenhower just using basically a 4-man front. So the line should be able to give him time here.
Fake handoff. Devereaux, a keeper up the middle, and gets about 4 yards back inside Eisenhower territory at the 49-yard line.
Well, he had a man in motion, and again, the option is there, and it was the youngster that was coming in motion, Anthony Garcia. He's 5'9", 155 pounds. You mentioned just a freshman, but he had room around the left end if Devereaux hands it off.
And he looks quick. He really does out there. So we'll see. They keep him in there. This time he's going to split out near side on your screen. 2 receivers far side as well as Martinez stays in the backfield with Devereaux. Here's Garcia. He's going to get the handoff this time. The little freshman left side gets some room to the 45-yard line. Only a 3-yard gain. Converging nicely on the defensive side of things.
Now we got another flag down, Grant, in the backfield. Looks like it's coming back on another hold. I might choose to decline the penalty here and see if Wenatchee punts the ball away. But this is a personal foul.
That's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, I would. Field possession's been so big in this first half so far. I'd definitely move them back.
It really has.
So I didn't see the call, but one thing that they have been working on this year as a point of emphasis is the chop blocks.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that may have been a chop block call, which is a 15-yard penalty.
And you know, Eric, that should be a penalty. That's so dangerous. Knees aren't meant to play football. And guys are out there doing that. It just adds to that, the threat of a serious injury. Wow, Panthers now all the way back to their own 33-yard line. They need to get to the Ike 38 for a first down, and it's third down and forever for the Panthers. Devereaux over the middle dangerously. Baps thought he was interfered with coming over the middle. So does Coach Devereaux. No flag on the field.
He was bumped as he came across the middle of the defensive backfield. It looked to me like the cadet got there early. That's that Caleb Coronel, who's a big kid, 6'3", 215, and he got enough of Baps' shoulder to knock him off his pattern. Going to be a punting situation here for Wenatchee.
Not sure that ball was catchable anyway. A little bit high for anyone there. So the Panthers back to punting formation. Juan Rios has done a great job so far tonight. Back deep for the Cadets is Judah Oldenkamp. Here's Garcia, left-footed punter, and it's a nice one as Oldenkamp comes up, makes a fair catch at the 35-yard line. Garcia's done a nice job for the Panthers so far tonight.
33-yard punt that time around, and got some good hang time to it from the left leg, and gave Oldenkamp no choice but to call for a fair catch there, as he had a gunner right in his face as he came down with a football.
Well, Eric, by far the best field position the Cadets have had so far tonight. Their first two possessions, their own 5 and their own 1-yard line. At least they're out now with some breathing room to the 35.
Let's see if this opens up their playbook a little bit, Grant.
3 receivers far side of the field, 1 near side. Here's Spurrier. Wanted to go up the middle of the field, saw an opening on the outside and turn it into a nice gain. About 7, maybe 8 yards, and they're going to give him 7 on that first down play for Eisenhower. Ball will be placed at the 42. Quick moving first half, 8.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. We're still scoreless here from the Apple Bowl. Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom, and a nice to have you here on a beautiful Friday night. Our first Friday of fall, Eric.
Oh, that's right.
Here's
Autumn is here.
Spurrier again, and he gets lit up again. He wanted to go outside, and he cut back inside, and right there to meet him, the linebacker for the Panthers, Evan Burdan. And when he hits you, you know you've been hit.
Talked with Burdan about wrestling, and I said, what can you take from wrestling onto the football field? He says, if everybody wrestled, they'd be much better tacklers, because wrestling, you have to keep your base low, you have to keep your butt down. And he says, if everybody wrestled, they come out here and they'd make sure tackles just like that.
That was a takedown right there. 3rd and 4 now for the Cadets. A loss of 1 on that play. Once again, Moses Spurrier, shotgun. Looks left, he's going to go right this time, and he's got an arm downfield, has a receiver. The Panther defender there just a little bit early. Michael McPherson.
Pass is incomplete.
And that was a costly one on a 3rd down and 4. What a beautiful pass downfield by Spurrier, but that's going to be a first down for the Cadets.
And how he got that much on that football, Grant, is incredible to me, because Evan Burdan was coming with his ears pinned back, hit him just as he released the football, and in the air that ball flew about 45 yards. And as you mentioned, the receiver was coming open, Nehemiah Garcia, but the defender got there just a little bit too early.
Once again, Michael McPherson, a 5'10", 175-pound junior defensive back. So that'll be a first down. Cadets, first time in Panther territory here in this ball game, as the ball will be spotted at the Wenatchee 44-yard line. 7:31 left to go before halftime.
Well, I'm afraid to say that Wenatchee nearly has more penalty yardage than they do offensive yards so far in this ball game.
I don't doubt that. That's for sure. Shotgun again for Spurrier. 4 receivers out in this set. Handoff. Surtain again. Nice tackle. Evan Burdan got him by the ankles, and a takedown again for a gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Eisenhower.
Gain of close to 2. He's brought down by Evan Burdan.
2nd and 8 now for Eisenhower. Ball at the Wenatchee 42-yard line. Spurrier, fake handoff to Surtain, goes over the middle of the field, wide open. There's Garcia, and a big gain down to the 20-yard line. 24 yards on that play for the Cadets, and now Eisenhower knocking at the Panther doorstep inside, well, we'll call it the edge of the red zone, right at the 20-yard line. Another nice pass by Spurrier.
Second completion of the ball game. There's been that penalty, but wide open over the middle.
First and 10 Cadets. Here's Sertain now around the left side. Rivers Cook had him. He got away, but after a short gain, maybe a yard. Once again, Rivers Cook, such a great tackler out there.
Exactly what you're getting, want your guy on the end of the line of scrimmage to do. Just stretch that play, stretch that play, stretch that play, and use the sideline to your advantage. And that's what Rivers Cook was able to do, and get enough of a piece of him to hold him to just a half a yard gain on the play.
Bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Cadets.
Got a warning on a sideline. That was what the official was motioning there. Apparently, I'm not sure if it was a Wenatchee sideline. I think it was. They were out on the field, and so they need to give them a warning. Next time will be a penalty.
3 receivers this time, right side of the line. Spurrier shotgun, looks left and goes left into the end zone. The pass is perfect, and that is an Eisenhower touchdown. What a pass by Spurrier, and a great catch by Aaron Culler. Only a sophomore, and Eisenhower strikes first.
Beautiful throw, and that's a big play that Coach Scott Devereaux wanted to try to stay away from. But the 19-yard touchdown pass from Spurrier to Culler, and our first score of the ball game comes in the form of a Cadet pass.
All right, on for the extra point try now for the Cadets is number 4, David Aguilar. Took a while in this game, Eric, but we finally have a score here. It's 6-0 Cadets, trying to make it 7 right here. Here's the kick through the uprights, and it's no good.
Wide right.
No good.
Boy, from here it looked like it went right through. That's how well I see. So the extra point try, no good. 6:18 left to go, second quarter. It's Eisenhower 6, Wenatchee nothing. We're back to the field in 30 seconds.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Well, it didn't take Eisenhower long. 6 plays, 2 minutes, 34 seconds off the clock. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Spurrier to Culler. The point after try, no good. And with 6:18 left to go before halftime, it's Eisenhower 6 and Wenatchee nothing. Caleb Coronel will kick off for Ike.
Now, Grant, this is such an important series for Wenatchee. It's important for their entire season, really. You get off to an 0-3 start. You're coming off of getting, shellacked by your Cross River rival. Now it's up to Wenatchee to counter the Eisenhower touchdown.
Aiden Baps, a nice run back. Did get a nice block, and a flag is down as a Cadet gets up limping behind the play. This might be coming back, and another penalty on the Panthers. We'll have to wait and see, but a nice run back all the way out to the 35-yard line, and it is on the Panthers.
Foul against the Panthers.
Well, that's another 15-yard variety. So instead of the 35, the Panthers get their own 20-yard line to start this drive.
That'll be inside of that because the flag's sitting at the 25. It'll be half the distance from there.
That's right, Eric.
So about the 12.5-yard line is what Wenatchee will have it.
It's a spot foul, as you said, isn't it? Even a personal foul. So it goes back. So the Panthers have their work cut out for them. As Eric mentioned, it'll be spotted at the 12-yard line.
7 penalties, 67 yards for Wenatchee in this game so far.
And that's one half. All right, what can Wenatchee do here as we're winding down this second quarter? In at quarterback, now Jackson Bishop for the Panthers. 6'5", 180-pound senior, to try and make a spark some kind for the Panthers. Instead, it's Martinez, a nice run across the 20. I think they're going to give him the 21-yard line. 8-yard gain on first down for Martinez.
Nice carry for Martinez. And, you know, despite the penalty, you don't have first and forever here. You had first and 10. So just slow down, simmer down, and just do what you can do.
Panthers have all their timeouts still here in this first half. 2nd down and 2. Bishop, the snap. Once again, it's Martinez, and I don't think he's going to get there. Maybe a gain of 1. That's Flugie that time, excuse me. Or is it Martinez? No, it is Martinez. 1 yard on the carry.
He's brought down by David Aguilar. And
now, here's where Wenatchee has kind of shot themselves in the foot so far tonight. They get these 3rd and short situations, and then there's a penalty pre-snap. So let's see if they can keep things together this time around. But remember, you got a new quarterback in there with a new cadence.
Baps and Viles split to the left side. Handoff goes instead to Martinez. Ooh. I think he got enough for the first down, but he paid for it, don't you?
No, I don't think he got it.
Logan Lamb, one of the first players there. A nice stop for the Cadets, and that will, you're right, Eric, bring up 4th down. No gain on that play. Boy, you really can't go for it this deep in your own territory, and the Panthers aren't.
Yeah, forgive me for the pun, but Logan Lamb was not sheepish about laying the hit right there.
Juan Garcia on for his 4th punt of this first half. Still a lot of time left in the 2nd quarter. 4.5 minutes left. Back deep again. Judah Oldenkamp for the Cadets, standing at his own 42-yard line. Garcia this time, a short kick. Oldenkamp's going to take this one on the fly. Gets away from the first wave of Panther attackers, and then is met by a host of Panthers right at midfield, the 50-yard line.
Judah Oldenkamp with the return to the 50-yard line for the Cadets.
35-yard punt. But again, for Wenatchee, boy, they just really needed an answer there and just couldn't come up with it. Now
they need to
you got to stay away from the big plays here by the Cadets, as they're smelling a little blood in the water right now.
10 Eisenhower from midfield.
Eric Wright have some momentum after that last touchdown drive. 6-0 our score. Eisenhower did score their last possession, missed the extra point.
Spurrier 3 of 5 for 45 yards and a touchdown so far in the ball game.
He's back out there in shotgun, clapping his hands. Handoff, Sartain, and hit in the backfield. Guess who? Number 54, Evan Berdan. And that'll be a 2.5-yard loss on that play.
Great read by Berdan. They pulled the guard and the tackle from the weak side, came around to the strong side. Berdan just rode right behind him and knew they were going to hand that ball off. They do, and he's there in a loss of 3.
Just can't imagine trying to block that kid. It'd be such tough duty here in a ball game like this, that's for sure. 2nd down now, 13. Spurrier pass far side and hit as soon as he caught that football by Charlie Jorgensen. Nice play from his defensive back position.
Yeah, when you see the pass, that's exactly what you want your defensive back to do, is to close. Javon Davis had the ball come to his hands, but as he's trying to wrap his fingers around it, here comes the hit, and he can't hang on, brings up a 3rd down and long.
This is a big play right here for the Panthers. Still 3:35 left in the 2nd quarter, 3rd and 13. Panthers get a stop here, plenty of time to maybe get something going on offense. Spurrier shotgun. He's going to throw it. Rivers Cook on the move. Pass complete over the middle. Nehemiah Garcia, and he is dropped at the 35-yard line. 15 yards on 3rd down and 11.
Picks up 14 yards and a Cadet first down.
Big gain. In fact, it is 14. I thought it was right at the 35. Nice gain and a first down for the Cadets. Still lots of time left. 3:19. Clock moving here in the 2nd quarter. Cadets a 6-0 lead. 4 receivers again in the set. A lot of this setup for the Cadets. This time fake handoff, and Spurrier, lots of room around the right side. Nicely.
Got a flag down, though, right at where he goes out of bounds. I think they're going to get the receiver for holding on the edge there.
And he really didn't need to do that.
No, he didn't.
He's pushed out of bounds.
Beautiful play call, though, for Eisenhower.
It really was.
And Wenatchee starts to think that they're going to go back to Sartain again, but then the quarterback keeps it and gets a big gain, but it's going to be all for naught on a hold here. And again, that's a spot foul, so they'll mark it back 10 yards from where the penalty flag is.
A lot of nice 8-yard run, but it's now going to be a first down and 20.
No,
it is a spot foul. You're right, Eric. You're right. You're right. So
it'll be first down over again after the penalty.
Right.
Second penalty for 15 yards for Eisenhower unofficially.
Well, that's it. They played a pretty clean first half. Three receivers now, near side on your screen. One on the far side. Spurrier's going to pass. It's a screen pass, and it's right into the arms of Rivers Cook. Here he goes the other way. 35 and drugged down by Sartain at the 32. Just what the Panthers needed.
Rivers Cook reading that screen perfectly. You want to be able to see and sniff it out. The offensive line is letting you go. And we got a flag after the play, and it's, I think, going to be a bench foul against Wenatchee here. So that will negate some of that return by Rivers Cook, but it still will be Wenatchee football because it happened after the play was over. But again, Rivers Cook doing a beautiful job. He realizes and recognizes that the offensive line's letting him go, so that means, oh, hey, they're setting up that screen pass. He drops back, and quarterback never saw him, and 88 steps in front, gets the interception.
Just a perfect read by Rivers Cook, and I think they picked up the flag, Eric. The ball's still at the 33-yard line. So the second time that the Panthers have begun a drive in Ike territory. Here's Bishop back to pass way over the head of the intended receiver, Mason Galvin, who stands 6'3". So a little bit high on that pass from Bishop. The first attempt, though, that we've seen him throw tonight just came in the ball game here in this second quarter. Bring up second down and 10 for Wenatchee. Clock stopped at 2:39 left to go second quarter.
I'm curious about them wiping that penalty flag off because they'd already given Wenatchee a bench warning.
They did.
As far as being too close or on the field.
They had quite a celebration out there after that interception.
They did.
So. All right, after that incompletion, second down and 10. Bishop shotgun with Flugie in the backfield with him. Lots of time for Bishop. Beautiful catch. Or did he drop it? He did. Mason Galvin had it. Would have been a short gain, but now goes incomplete, and that's third down and 10 now for the Panthers.
Well, Jackson Bishop, eyes a little bit big here, getting an opportunity to come in and play some quarterback. A couple of balls that were not his best throws. Now facing a third down and 10.
Shotgun again. Bishop looks right side, now comes back left side, needs some help, and then just throws it away wisely. Nobody open that time, and that's 3 quick plays and out for the Panthers, and still 2 minutes 20 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter.
Yeah, unfortunate. They were trying to set up the screen pass there. I think it was going to go Jack Flugie's way, and Eisenhower, give him credit, they did a great job sniffing that one out. And
it's like Wenatchee's going for it.
Good choice by Bishop to throw that ball away.
Yeah, it was a good choice. 4th and 10. And the Panthers going to give it a go here.
Why not?
Ball is at the Ike 33-yard line. Bishop, a ton of time to throw it. Loses the football. Still loose. The lineman finally cradles it at about the 43-yard line. I think it was big number 75, I believe. Make that 65. Brody Payne with the recovery, but boy, that is going to give Eisenhower some great field position with plenty of time left, too. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left to go in the first half.
It looked to me, Grant, like it was developing into an opportunity for Bishop around the right side. He had a lot of room to at least think about getting that ball downfield, but unfortunately fumbles the ball away and gives Eisenhower plenty of time with 3 timeouts here left in a half.
So now it is Moses Spurrier's turn. Shotgun. Lots of time for Spurrier. The Panthers do get a rush now. A flag comes in late, and maybe a late hit on the sideline, too. No call there, but there is one in the backfield. We might have a hold.
Connor Christensen coming over and tapping him out of bounds.
And it was a hold on the Cadets. So that'll take the ball back to the, looks like about the
25-yard line.
25, you're right. Doesn't make sense that that's a spot foul.
Well, and that's been the argument for a long time, Grant, is that you know, there's been a lot of arguing that maybe it's a previous, should be a previous spot like college and like in the NFL,
right?
And not penalize you so much for reaching out and grabbing a hold of somebody. Another flag. Boy, this has become a hanky fest here.
Boy, it sure has. 2 minutes exactly left now in the first half.
Dead ball procedure against the offense.
Indication illegal procedure against the Cadets.
Cadets were already facing a first down and 27.
4 penalties, 30 yards unofficially here for Eisenhower in the ballgame. By the way, our broadcast tonight brought to you by Abby's Pizza. For more than 50 years, Abby's has proudly served the Northwest with toppings to the edge. 100% real cheese, freshly rolled dough, making an Abby's Pizza night tonight.
First down and 32 now, Eric. Ball is back at the Cadet 20-yard line. Here's Spurrier over the middle, has a receiver there. Nice catch by Nehemiah Garcia. That'll get the Cadets all the way up to the 32, gain of 12 yards on that play.
Nehemiah Garcia with the reception.
That'll bring up second down and 20 now. Isn't that something? You have a 12-yard gain and you're still facing second down and 20.
That was Garcia on the catch?
It was.
Okay.
Here's Spurrier back to pass again, going down near side over the head of the intended receiver that time, which was Aaron Culler.
Penalty markers down.
And another penalty.
I think we're going to get a hole against the offense again, trying to protect the quarterback back there.
Flag laying right at the 26-yard line.
And Eisenhower backing up.
Cadets were already facing a second and 20.
Oh, no. Roughing the passer against Wenatchee. It's going to be an automatic first down. Oh, my gosh.
That changes everything.
Oh. Against the Panthers.
Really does.
That'll be a 15-yard.
That's going to take the ball all the way up to the Cadet 47-yard line. First down and 10 with 1:14 left to go in the second quarter.
Oh, my. Just penalties. I mean, just mistakes like that. You just can't do that. Here you got him pinned back third and forever.
Right.
Now you give him a first down.
Spurrier shotgun, a clap of the hands, back to pass, rolls to his right side, has a receiver in that spot again, and a nice play again by the Panthers, Charlie Jorgensen. That's that dead spot in that zone that Wenatchee's playing, and Eisenhower's had some success there, but nice play by Jorgensen.
Doing a perfect job just reading the eyes of the quarterback and kind of spying him as he came rolling out of the backfield to his right. Tried to toss it down in the empty part of that zone, but Jorgensen backing up, getting a finger on the ball and tipping it away.
Second and 10, 1:07 left in the second quarter. Two receivers near side, two to the far side. Spurrier going to throw it up there again over the middle of the field. Boy, he had Garcia kind of short-armed that one. It was a little bit behind him.
Good coverage downfield by Ernie Velasquez. He and Alex Brinder had the wide receiver bracketed there at the first down marker. Going to bring up a third down, and clock stops with 1:01 to go. 1:02.
Big play here coming up.
I've been told, Grant, the Wenatchee cheer squad going to entertain here at halftime. So we'll tell our camera crew to be sure and train the camera eye on the ladies as they will perform here at halftime.
Perfect.
Looks like the band is also going to perform, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Wenatchee.
We'll take a quick one, too. 1:02 left to go first half. It's Ike 6 and Wenatchee nothing. We're back here in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. We can lift this up.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
1 minute, 2 seconds left to go before halftime. Eisenhower with the football at their own 47-yard line, facing a third down and 10. Well, a lot can really change this game. What happens in this last minute? Ike pulls off a big play, or Wenatchee may get a turnover. You never know here to end a half. It's such a momentum builder, or the opposite here right before halftime.
Watch the boundaries here. Watch the edges. Corner's going to be tested on this 3rd and 10. 4
receivers out there in this formation once again. Spurrier Back to pass, has time, flushed out of the pocket. Now Burdan had his hands on him, and Spurrier's going to run for a first down. Down to the Wenatchee, I believe, 40-yard line.
Great athletic play by the quarterback, 13-yard gain. When Wenatchee had good coverage downfield, he decides he's just going to take it and run it, and gets the first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
53.6 seconds left now. Ball at the Wenatchee 41. 6-0 the Cadets up here in the first half. Looking for a little bit more here to end this first half. Spurrier back to pass. Goes over the middle of the field. Garcia there again, but a good late play by Michael McPherson, who got in there just in time to knock that away. That pass was money.
You know, it's like center fielder Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners, sitting back there watching what's happening in front of him, and he's able to close the gap on that ball that was floated just a little bit by Spurrier, able to close the gap, make the hit, perfectly timed, no penalty, no flag, brings up second down.
2nd and 10, ball at the Wenatchee 41-yard line. 3 receivers now, far side. That's to Spurrier's right. He is back to pass once again. There's Burdan in on him, and we might have a hold anyway.
Flag, the ball came out, Grant. Are they going to give Wenatchee the football is the next question, and yes, they are.
Wow, how big is that here with 41.8 seconds left? So two possessions, an interception, and now a fumble for Ike. And that gives the Panthers good field position here with 41 seconds left.
Ethan works with the fumble recovery for the Wenatchee Panthers.
Panthers will have it at their own 39-yard line. Not much time, as we mentioned, 41 seconds left. But you just never know here as the Panthers send 4 receivers out in this set. 2 Bishops left. Martinez in the backfield. A screen is set up, and it's behind Aiden Bapst, who actually had a lot of blockers out in front of him.
That was well set up. They had the defensive ends coming crashing in. The line just gave him a little chip block and said, hello, let him go by, and that was set up perfectly. Unfortunately, Bishop threw it behind the attentive receivers. 2nd down and 10.
Boy, Coach Devereaux below us, Eric, just slapped his thigh. He knew that was there. All right, 2nd down at 10. Clock is stopped. 37.8 seconds. Bishop shotgun. Gonna put it up. Had good time. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he rolls to his right side. Pass downfield dangerously. I think he was out of bounds, and he was. Nice catch over there by Bapst, Aiden Bapst, but it won't count.
Well, Bishop shows that he could spin it. Unfortunately, Rivers Cook and Aiden Bapst were in each other's hip pocket down there on the sideline, trying to find a hole in the defense, and the ball too far thrown out of bounds. And Bishop 0 for 5 since he's come in at quarterback for Wenatchee.
That brings up a 3rd down at 10 now for the Panthers with 26.8 seconds left. Vial split out near side of the screen. On the far side is Galvin. Bishop over the middle, and once again behind the intended receiver, Ethan Wirtz.
Aguilar almost had that ball intercepted.
Bishop having a heck of a time here since he's come in this game in the 2nd quarter as the Panthers send the punting unit back out onto the field. This will be Juan Garcia's 5th punt in this half. The Panthers, the other possession, turned it over on downs. Back deep for Ike is Judah Oldenkamp.
Eisenhower.
And Eisenhower calls a timeout. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, providing heating and air conditioning service and installation since 1982, serving residential and commercial. They specialize in indoor air quality installation and service, also that repair. And by Global Car Care, ASE certified technicians will take good care of your vehicle, whether you need general maintenance or have a European specialty car. You can count on Global to keep you on the road.
Well, Grant, so let's get you up to date. Speaking of the Mariners and Julio Rodriguez, he's out of the lineup again today with that back problem. Mariners beaten by Kansas City 5-1. So the spiral continues for Seattle Mariners as they try to clinch their first postseason berth in 21 years.
What's the magic
longest
number,
in
Eric?
professional sports. 9 games after today.
And such a favorable schedule heading down the stretch here, too.
And we'll look and see if there's a score for Baltimore. That's the team that we're watching closely.
4th and 10, Panthers, 22 seconds left. Garcia. Punt is away, a wobbler this time. Oldenkamp just lets it bounce, and it's going to take a very favorable Panther bounce all the way down to the Eisenhower 6-yard line. Garcia got into one there.
That'll help your average. 50 yards on the punt with no return.
9 seconds on the clock before halftime. How'd the Orioles do, Eric?
They won.
Oh boy, that's 3 games back now.
Beat Houston again, shut them out 6-0.
After Houston just swept Tampa Bay, they lost twice to but the Orioles are the surprise team of the major leagues this year. They really are.
Mariners have got to watch out. Now the Orioles are just 3 games behind Seattle for that 3rd and final wild card playoff spot.
This would be one of the most disappointing baseball seasons I could remember if they don't make this playoffs. Man. All right, I'm assuming that Ike will just take a knee here, well back into their own territory with 9.4 seconds left. Once again, Spurrier, the quarterback, and he's going to do exactly that. And that will do it here for our first half. A low-scoring first half on the season home opener for the Wenatchee Panthers. At the break, it's Eisenhower 6 and Wenatchee nothing. Halftime show here on the NCWLIFE Channel begins in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Olson, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made 1 trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, you know. I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
Halftime here at the Apple Bowl. Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom. Our halftime score is Eisenhower 6 and Wenatchee nothing. We're going to bring you a little halftime entertainment now. The Wenatchee cheerleaders and their mini cheerleaders, who they are having a heck of a time corralling here, right here on the field.
They're so excited, Grant.
Anybody, all of us that have had kids knows what they're going through right now.
And that's, you know, the large portion. You thought maybe that was Eisenhower fans that made the trip from Yakima. No, that's parents and grandparents over there on the far sideline, nearest our cameras. So they're getting it all set up. And once they have them all arranged, and this is a full day's worth of activity that they've had today to get these little guys and gals ready to cheer tonight. Of course, it's hard to hear from here, but they were saying, here we go, Panthers, here we go. You know, one of those easy cheers to get them started, get them warmed up.
Get them warmed up.
Yep. Okay, now they got to get their focus back. They're going to try to play music and have them do something musically? Nope. Fantastic. Now, do they have them do one more? Gotta do 3, right?
Absolutely.
How about the 2 bits, 4 bits? And imagine trying to teach a 5 or 6-year-old what 2 bits is.
Now you're aging yourself, Eric. When it comes to the screaming and jumping, they all know what to do.
Oh,
there.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yes.
And the smiles. Oh, the smiles. So excited to be out there on a Friday night on a football night.
Here we go.
Of course, I have to turn this down for a moment because we'll get kicked off our Facebook stream if we do too much of the music. Malcolm Whitehall back at the studio right now going, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. Oh, what a great moment to watch these youngsters out there working so hard today, all day. And here's your jumping and waving there, Grant.
And I remember when my daughter Madison was like a 5-year-old playing soccer.
Oh, yeah.
The ball was on the other end of the field, and her and 2 other friends are chasing butterflies on the other end of the field.
Oh, yeah. No, we had Gracie. We had Lily and me did the mini cheer camp as well. And Gracie had that look on her face like, really, Dad? Really?
Did you say, and you?
What?
Did you say, and you?
Well, of course. I did the mini cheer camp. I was a little big.
I want to see video of that. It'd be like Andy Reid at the punt, pass, and kick contest. When he was, what, 14 or something?
Yeah.
A giant.
Looked like he was about 6'3" and 280. And you always have the one that is concentrating so hard.
Absolutely.
They're biting their lip, trying to keep track of the big cheer girl right in front of her. It's like, oh, okay, I got this, and I got the right hand up. I got the left hand up.
There they go. Nice job.
There you go. The band is coming up next here at the Apple Bowl, Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where our halftime score is Eisenhower over Wenatchee by a score of 6-0. Oh, here we go.
Applettes next, Eric.
Darlene Ramirez and Aaron Kuhn. They're led by senior captain Lindsey Baker and senior co-captain Natalie Ruiz.
Of course, now they have their back to our cameras, so we apologize, but you'll get the gist of it. Now, again, they're going to play some music that'll probably try to kick us off of Facebook for copyright infringement.
That's something.
Whoops, wrong song. Appleette dance team entertaining the crowd here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. And next, I believe, we will have the band, the Golden Apple Marching Band.
Golden Apple Band under the direction of Mr. Jim Kovar.
One of the best in the state, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And when you say award-winning band, you are serious about it.
Absolutely.
Nothing our score here at halftime at the Apple Bowl as we get ready for more entertainment here. And why not bring it to you on our television station? The NCWLIFE Channel streaming live on Facebook. Hopefully we didn't get kicked off of Facebook with the little dance routine there for the Applettes. And streaming on our website, ncwlife.com. Locally on television on Channel 12 on Local Tel, Channel 19 on Charter. Got a whole crew on duty here tonight. And they thought they were going to get a break here at halftime. But no. We got some band and some cheers and some dancing all going on as they continue to get the equipment ready to go here at half. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Global Car Care. ASC certified technicians will take good care of your vehicle, whether you need general maintenance or have a European specialty car. You can count on Global to keep you on the road. Also by Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Plan your next tournament and event today. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on their full swing S4 widescreen golf simulators. Call 509-884-4653. Also by Harvest Valley Pest Control, living healthy, local, and pest-free. You can rest assured Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call Harvest Valley Pest Control today for your free estimate at 509-423-2207. I think Mr. Kovac has the band ready to go. So here we go with the Golden Apple Marching Band here at halftime at Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Well, there you go. The Golden Apple Marching Band, part of our halftime entertainment here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Ike Cadets lead the Wenatchee Panthers 6-0 at halftime. We're back with more, including a recap of the first half, as well as your halftime stats, coming up next on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you're calling on 35 plus years of experience in the Wenatchee Valley. Spending extra time in your home, you may have discovered an unwanted aroma. Stinky feet, pets, who knows what. Call Dick's today about installing their Train Clean Effects electronic air cleaner or a Rheem Halo ultraviolet air purifier. Either way, the air quality in your home will be improved. Proudly servicing all of North Central Washington, call 884-6444 today.
Welcome back once again, along with Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom here at halftime, where Eisenhower leads Wenatchee by a score of 6-0, and it's been a tale of a lot of punts in that first half for both ball clubs. 7 punts. We had an interception, we had a fumble, we had 1 over on downs and 1 touchdown. As it was Eisenhower winning the toss, electing to defer to the second half. Wenatchee came out, was able to get a couple of first downs, but the drive stalled, and so they had to punt the ball away, and that would be the series of 4 punts in a row.
4 in a row.
Yeah, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, actually, between the two clubs. And then Eisenhower would finally get the ball back late in the, midway through the second quarter and get on the board on a 6-play, 65-yard drive, eating 2 minutes and 39 seconds off the clock. And Spurrier hit Kohler for a beautiful pass in the left corner of the end zone. Extra point was wide right, 6-0. The score at that time was 6:18 to go in the first half of play. And again, punt, interception, over on downs, fumble, punt, and halftime. And that was basically what happened in that first half of play. Now, as far as the stats are concerned, Grant, well, they kind of reflect not a lot of offense in that first half. For the Panthers, they had 17 carries for 59 yards. Through the air, 2 of 9 for 40 yards, total of 99 yards of offense. Leading the way on the ground for the Panthers with Anthony Martinez with 7 carries for 22 yards. Devereaux with 8 for 15. Jack Flugie 1 carry for 11. You mentioned that he went out after that. Looked like he got injured on the play. And Jackson Bishop 1 for -9. So a total of 59 yards rushing. Meanwhile, Devereaux through the air was 2 of 3 for 40 yards. Jackson Bishop 0 for 6 in no yards. So just 40 yards of passing, 99 yards total. Aiden Bapst with a catch for 30. Mason Galvin with a catch for 10, and that's it in that first half of play for the Panthers. Cadets not much better. They had basically 1 drive.
They did.
That went well. Total of 111 yards of offense for Eisenhower in that first half. 11 carries, 38 yards on the ground. And Moses Spurrier was 5 of 11 for 74 yards. He had a touchdown and an interception in that first half as well. Meanwhile, on the ground, Grayson Sartain, 7 carries, 9 yards. Moses Spurrier, the most productive on the ground, 4 carries and 29 yards. Meanwhile, through the air, Javon Davis with a catch for 4. Aaron Culler with a catch for 18 and a touchdown. And then Nehemiah Garcia, 3 receptions for 51 yards in that first half. And really, a lot of penalties. Wenatchee penalized 8 times for 92 yards in that first half. 4 penalties and 30 yards for Eisenhower. So that's 122 yards in penalties in that first half. So you could basically say it wasn't a pretty first half.
Well, just 8 penalties, 92 yards and a half for Wenatchee. That's usually not a good end of game stat, let alone just at halftime. So that's kind of the name of the game. And plus 6 possessions for Ike. 2 punts, 2 turnovers, and a touchdown drive, and they're leading this game. You wouldn't think that with 2 first-half turnovers. Panthers, Eric, just can't quite seem to find themselves here on offense tonight.
Well, and get out of their way. Get out of their own way. Penalties just killed them so far. And it was a penalty, remember, on a third down and short-ish situation that caused a punt.
In Ike territory.
And the punt was short.
Right.
Eisenhower got good field position, and that's where they get their one drive and their one touchdown in that first half.
All right, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back for the second half. It's Ike and Wenatchee. Our halftime score, Eisenhower 6, Wenatchee nothing. We're back in 2 minutes.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
We're just about set for second half action. The Wenatchee Panthers and the Eisenhower Cadets. Do want to mention other games around the Big Nine tonight. It's West Valley at Sunnyside. Eastmont travel down to Davis tonight. And a tough one for Moses Lake at home tonight, Eric, as they are taking on the 3-0 Central Valley team from the Greater Spokane League. And that'll be a pretty good gauge for Moses Lake just to see where they are this year.
Well, and you look at Moses Lake, they're the defending Big Nine champions, went undefeated in league play last year. And, well, until somebody beats them, they're the ones to beat.
Absolutely. All right, Ike will get the ball first here. They won the toss and deferred to the second half, so Ike will have the ball first. 6-0, low-scoring ball game here from the Apple Bowl, as Eric mentioned. Across the way, in fact, your side of the field that your camera angle is, it was packed during halftime, and now a few of the grandpas, grandmas, and uncles and aunts.
Gone.
Hopefully you went home to watch this on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Oh, there you go. Well, they did put 3 minutes back on the clock here, Grant, so we could get another break in here before we catch our breath and see what Wenatchee and Eisenhower have in store for us for the second half.
Let's do that. We'll take a 60-second break. It's Ike 6, Wenatchee nothing. We're back after this.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE Channel.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They set, in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
Grant Olson and Eric Granstrom back in the booth as we are just about set now to begin the second half of action. I guess the big question, Eric, as far as Wenatchee goes in the second half offensively, are we going to see Jackson Bishop or are we going to see Jacob Devereaux back in there at quarterback? Both players had a tough time kind of getting the offense rolling, so it'll be interesting to see what Coach Devereaux does here to start this third quarter.
I have a feeling we'll see Jake back in there, quarterback, to start the second half. The big question, of course, Eisenhower gets the kickoff here. So Wenatchee did a good job of shutting down the Cadets when they had decent field position right before the half. And so it'll be up to the Panther defense to step up to the challenge one more time here to start this second half.
All right, both teams are taking the field now as we get set for the start of our third quarter. Alex Sanchez will kick it off for the Panthers. Back deep for Ike is Judah Oldenkamp. Also back there deep, Grayson Sartain. So a couple of very dangerous return men in there for Ike.
I do have one score to pass along here, Grant. Up the valley from us, Toppenish. Looks like they defeated Kashmir tonight, 34-19. So the Bulldogs lose for the first time this season.
That's playing up a bit for Kashmir.
Yeah,
Toppenish 2A school. Yep. All right, Garcia set to kick it off.
And we have an Eastmont score to pass along here in a moment.
Here's the kick, high, end over end, taken by Oldenkamp at the 6-yard line. Heads to the right side, has a little bit of an opening, and then is taken down by a couple of Panthers players. McPherson, one of the first ones down on that coverage, and Ike will have the ball at the 24-yard line.
Scored halftime down at Davis as Eastmont on the road and taking care of business. Halftime score, Wildcats 41, Davis nothing.
Oh boy.
First down and 10 Cadets.
Watch out for Eastmont. This Big 9 this year had a very tough non-conference schedule to begin this season.
Oh goodness, Skyline over Mount Si tonight, 85-0.
Holy cow.
And folks, that's a running clock in the second half, by the way.
Outside, usually a pretty tough team.
Yeah.
All right, here's Eisenhower, first down and 10. Spurrier back to pass, far side, right in front of the Wenatchee bench. It's complete at the 34-yard line.
Be good for a first down on a little 10-yard pitch and catch along the sideline.
Good play coming out of the halftime locker room. The coaches saw something that's there in the Wenatchee defense. They go right to it here. And that's a quick first down for the Cadets.
Who was on the reception there, Grant? Was it Garcia again?
It was. It was.
Diaz with the stop for the Panthers.
This time it's Javon Davis, far side. 3 receivers near side of the field. Spurrier, handoff, Sartain. Hit in the backfield.
Guess who?
Yeah, that's Evan Burdan once again on the loss on the play. That'll be a loss of what? 3 yards.
Loss of 3.
How many tackles has Burdan had tonight for losses? At least 2 or 3, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had 2 sacks a week ago against Eastmont, and he said coming into this game, I want to get a lot of tackles for loss. Well, he's doing it so far.
Second down and 13, a long 13 for Eisenhower. Spurrier, far side, has a receiver there. It's Davis, and he is pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Be a gain of 9 yards on the pass play there. Again, there's that pitch and catch. If the defender's going to play off of the receiver, then that's an easy play for the offense to choose.
And Spurrier's got the arm to do it. He's been proving that so far tonight. Very strong arm from the sophomore quarterback. Third down, 4 yards to go for the Cadets. 4 receivers in the set this time. Spurrier looking left, goes that way, right over the middle of the field. Garcia dropped it for a sure first down. And instead now it's 4th and 4 for the Cadets, and in comes the punting unit. One drop, Eric, and that cost him a first down.
That could be a carryover from the first half. He may have heard footsteps, because guess who was there? Jorgensen, who laid the wood a couple of times in that first half, and maybe he's made a little mark in the mind of that wide receiver of Nehemiah Garcia that maybe I don't want to catch these over the middle.
Excellent point. That's probably exactly right. Caleb Coronel on to punt for Ike. Back deep for the Panthers, Aiden Bapst. Quick kick by Coronel. Bapst, fair catch signal, dropped it a second, and it bounced right back up to him, and the Panthers will have it at their own 29-yard line. So can the Panthers get something going on offense here? 10:34 left in the third quarter, only 6-0 score. And the Panthers have had the ball, I think, 3 times now in Ike territory, but just have not been able to capitalize.
Something smells really good.
Popcorn is what I'm smelling.
Is that
Eric.
what it is?
I think so.
Oh, my.
Smells really good. All right, handoff quickly. It's Martinez. Sidesteps his way through the middle of the defense, breaks a tackle, and finally is brought down at the 45-yard line. 14 yards on first down for Martinez.
Just a quick little gainer over the left side, and that you always wonder, okay, what kind of adjustments has there been made? Offensive line just pushing straight ahead, and a quick little handoff to Martinez for big yards on first down.
Panthers at their own 45-yard line. First down and 10. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Pass out into the flat. It's Bapst with it at the 50. Crosses midfield, leans forward, and they're going to give him the 48-yard line of the Cadets. Nice 8-yard gain on first down for the Panthers.
Well, we talked to Scott Devereaux about that yesterday. He said that there's tendencies by Eisenhower's defense to be able to take advantage of matchups, and that was a case right there. Easy matchup for the Panthers. They get good gain, 7 yards on first down.
Devereaux once again shotgun, back in there at quarterback. Handoff is Martinez, pushes his way forward. Not going to get much, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Or to the line of scrimmage, I should say. And that'll bring up third down and 3.
They're going to go ahead and give him a yard on that, so a couple of yards to go. So again, this is what Wenatchee couldn't do in that first half, was convert on third and short. Let's see what the Panthers have up their sleeve here on a third and short situation.
And once again in Cadet territory. That seems to be where things were breaking down in that first half. We'll see what happens here, 3rd and 2. 9 minutes left third quarter.
Well, let's see. We had the left tight end move, and then the defender move. Let's see who they're going to get here.
I think it's going to be defense here. Maybe not.
Ethan Wirtz kind of flinched, and they're going to say offsides defense. First down for the Panthers.
Well, it'll take a first down any way you can get it in this game, right, Eric?
Yeah, definitely so.
And that'll push the ball down to the Eisenhower 42-yard line.
We talked about those negative plays in the first half and how Wenatchee's just had a tough time all season long, coming in 0-3 and coming off that 56-24 loss last week to Eastmont, and just those little negative plays. Even if it's a 5-yard penalty, they just have had a hard time overcoming those. Now they get a positive 5-yard play. Let's see what happens here.
1st and 10, 3 receivers left side of Devereaux. Handoff and nothing doing this time. In fact, that's going to be a loss of 3 yards back to the Eisenhower 45-yard line. And a nice defensive play by, once again, Caleb Coronel from his linebacker position.
Yeah, Flugie, he had bodies in his face before he even had a chance to think about it. He's lucky he hung on to that football, Grant.
He's a big boy, too. 2nd down and 13 now as the ball back at the 45. Flugie will stay in there in the backfield along with Devereaux. Mason Galvin split way out to the left. Here's the pass downfield. Devereaux. Nice throw, but over the head of Caden Vial for the Panthers on that right side. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Good coverage up that far sideline, or the near sideline, looking at it from our camera's perspective. Good coverage downfield by Aaron Kohler over there. And not much room for the receiver, Caden Vial, to get open. And probably a better idea for Devereaux just to overthrow that football.
Big 3rd down and 13 now coming up for the Panthers. Down 6-0. 7:56 left in the third quarter. Devereaux's going to put it up. Screen pass set up. Here's Bapst over the middle of the field. Sidesteps his way through a few tacklers. That's only a gain of about 5 yards down to the 41-yard line.
That looks obviously like Eisenhower talked about it at halftime. And hey, defensive linemen, you got to read those offensive linemen when they brush you and give you a chance to chase after the quarterback. That means they're going to throw that screen pass, and the defenders did a good job of whipping their heads around, finding number 5 and dropping him. And now Wenatchee's Aiden Bapst on the field, slow to get up. In fact, he won't get up as they check his right leg.
5'10", 170-pound junior's been very active in this ball game tonight. Tried to fight his way for those extra yards, and sometimes that's where you kind of get injured. But he is up under his own power, and it looks like he's walking just fine. Going back to the huddle, but that's not going to happen.
Can't do that. You got to come out for a play.
Got to like football players like that, though, right?
Yes. Well, decision time for Wenatchee again. They're going to play the field position game and punt this one away.
Juan Rios once again on to punt for the Panthers. This time back deep for Ike. I don't have a number 3, Eric.
It's number 2, isn't it? Grayson Sartain.
I think it's 3.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Here's the punt. Another good one by Rios. Takes a nice Wenatchee bounce and all the way down to the 1-yard line. That's the second time tonight that Rios has just placed it perfectly down by the goal line.
That was Javon Davis that was back there, number 3. 40-yard punt.
Javon Davis, there he is.
Well, in a night where we've had 9 punts, it might be a case where Juan Rios is the MVP. He may join us on the postgame show.
As Ike will begin this drive, second drive of this third quarter, now deep in their own territory, beginning first down and 10 at their own 1-yard line. Great opportunity now for the Panthers to play this field position game if they can hold Ike right here on this possession. Spurrier shotgun with Sartain behind him.
Oh, drop the ball.
Ball still loose in the end zone. I think Sartain got it down there. Did Sartain get it? Panthers recovered. Touchdown. Well, Eric, you'll take him any way you can get it in a game like this, and the Panthers just tied it up.
Looks like Jorgensen, he's been the man of the night here throughout the evening for the Panthers. He jumps on that loose ball in the end zone, and Wenatchee gets its first touchdown of the game.
How about that? Alex Sanchez now on in this game for the Panthers to take the lead on a point after try. Hold is down, the kick is up, and the kick is right through. 7 minutes, 21 seconds left to go first quarter. It's now the Panthers 7 and the Cadets 6. Back to the Apple Bowl in 30 seconds.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full-swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
So the third turnover of the night by the Cadets, and the Panthers make them pay as Ike fumbled from their own 1-yard line, recovered in the end zone by the Panthers. Extra point by Sanchez, good, and now Wenatchee with the lead, 7-6.
Well, if you can't do it with your offense, do it with your special teams. First, the credit goes to Juan Rios on the punt that was down at the 1-yard line. That just changes the spectrum of things, of what you could do and what is on the shoulders of a sophomore quarterback and a sophomore running back. They bobble the snap, drop it in the end zone. Jorgensen there to recover it. Wenatchee takes advantage.
And now with the lead is Garcia set to kick it off for the Panthers. Sends it down the middle of the field, end-over-end kick taken there by Jalen Davis up the middle of the field, gets hit hard and dropped right at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Cadets will take over. Now their third possession of this quarter, and we still have 7:16 left to go in the period.
Well, and turnovers, of course, huge in high school football. That's the third turnover of the night for Eisenhower.
And usually the score is even more than this when you turn it over that much. So Ike's still in it, only down by 1 with the football. The ball will start, they'll start the drive rather at the 25-yard line. Here's Spurrier in shotgun again with Grayson Sartain behind him. 4 receivers. Spurrier looking right, going that way. It's Davis, gets hit immediately and brought down by Charlie Jorgensen at the 35-yard line.
And that's going to be enough for a first down with a 10-yard completion.
It
It's
is.
where Jorgensen maybe needs to scoot up a little bit and play a little tighter on that wideout.
So afraid of that Ike speed, and they look like they've got some speed. We haven't really had a chance to see it yet in this game. First down and 10, no Cadets. One play, first down here on this third possession, as I mentioned, in this third quarter. Spurrier shotgun.
Uh-oh, look out.
Bad snap once again. Spurrier did not get on it, and the Panthers look
look like they have it at the 21-yard line. Let's see. And they do.
Wenatchee football.
And Spurrier, I don't know if he's getting up. He might be out. He might be out on the field right there, Grant. He has not moved since, I think it was Burdan that jumped, trying to get to the ball and landed on top of Spurrier. Now he finally gets to his feet, scared the heck out of all of us.
Boy, he got his bell rung. There's no doubt about that. And the Panthers are going to have great field position at the Eisenhower 21-yard line with 6:39 left to go in the third quarter.
Did you see who recovered the football? Was it Isaac Davis?
I think it was.
Okay. Well, two huge plays in a row here for Wenatchee defensively. A fumble in the end zone and a touchdown, and now a fumble on the second play of the possession. And again, talk about a sophomore on the road getting his first start in a tough Big 9 matchup and not holding up so well here.
Here's Devereaux now, shotgun handoff right up the middle. Martinez, as Ike trying to strip that ball away from him. I think they're going to give him the 19-yard line, I should say. Gain of about 3 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Panthers. Now in the red zone inside the 20-yard line of the Cadets.
Hasn't been easy sledding for Martinez here tonight. 10 carries, 42 yards rushing. Whew.
He stays in there in the backfield with Devereaux. Split out far near side is Caden Vial. Here's the handoff. Martinez had a nice block on the right side. Gets inside the 10. Enough for a Panther first down. Needed 7 and got 8.
Here's where that big offensive line can wear down the defense, because they've been out there quite a bit towards the end of the second quarter here in the second half. And Wenatchee just taking gulps as they can of yardage with the running game. And that's a sure thing if you hang on to the football, let the clock wind down, try to get some more points on the board.
Absolutely. A lot of these players we have to mention, too, play both ways. So they're even more tired from offense, too. Here we go. First down and goal for the Panthers. Ball is at the 9-yard line.
Oops, look out.
Flugie ran into Devereaux that time, and that'll be a loss.
Jack Flugie, the ball carrier.
Miscommunication there, loss of about 4.
And here's a negative play again, Grant. We talked about this so many times for Wenatchee. Can they recover from a negative play? Loss all the way back to, well, they'll put the nose of the football at about the 13-yard line. So a loss of 4 yards for Flugie there. Now he's got 3 carries and 4 yards in the ball game.
Oh boy!
And again, he's inexperienced at the running back position, just getting used to it, and obviously maybe took a wrong step there.
And had a really nice first carry of the game.
He did.
Whistles before the snap, and a timeout is called by Coach Devereaux. We'll take a quick one, too. 4:42 left to go, third quarter. Wenatchee 7 and Eisenhower 6. We're back in 30 seconds.
Check that. It's Wenatchee.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE Channel. And 42 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. It's Wenatchee 7 and Eisenhower 6. Wenatchee facing a second down and goal. But after that loss, back now to the 14-yard line.
Now, do you stick to what's worked, or do you try to throw the ball here, Grant?
I would try and throw it right here, especially on second down. Well, you're going to have to in third if you don't get anything. That's how much I know. It's a handoff to Martinez, and he's probably going to get in there. Flag comes in, and we might have a late hold by Babst. I think he was kind of in hand-to-hand combat with one of the cadets right at that point of attack. And let's see the call. It is a hold.
Oh, that's too bad. That was a beautiful hole and a good play. Unfortunately, maybe that hole was created by a little extracurricular grabbing and latching on, and going to mark the Panthers back another 10 yards. That is their Ninth penalty of the night for 102 yards.
Well, that has really been the killer for the Panthers. It has. That's going to take it back to the 23-yard line.
Oh, the 18.
Or the 18, excuse me.
It's okay. You're
still second down.
Older eyes.
That's for sure.
That's okay, Grant.
Had it first and goal from the 9.
Yeah. Well, and see, let's see. They just had a positive play wiped away by a negative.
Devereaux shotgun. Looks right. Boy, he wants to go that way. Now tries to go left and now forced up the middle of the field, and he's going to get smothered at about the 22, 23-yard line, and that'll be another loss of about 2 that time. 2 plays, 2 negative plays for the Panthers. A loss of 4, now a loss of 2, and that brings up 3rd down and goal. This time it is from the 22-yard line.
From the 21-yard line.
Bapp splits out to the right side. Out there on the left is Caden Vile. Handoff. Martinez gets a block left side, cuts it back upfield, stays on his feet and manages to get back down to the 10-yard line. Nice 12-yard run. But the Panthers 4th down now and 10, so it's 4th and goal from the 10-yard line. I think we're going to see Sanchez here.
Sanchez has plenty of leg here. There is no doubt about that. Watched him in practice a few times now. And he certainly has the leg for it. Rivers Cook will be the long snapper. Jake Devereaux with the hold.
27-yard attempt here. The snap by Cook good. The hold down. The kick is up, and it looks right down the middle. 2:53 left to go, 3rd quarter. It's now Wenatchee 10 and Eisenhower 6. Back to the field in 60 seconds.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They set, in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
For the Panthers, 3 plays on that drive. I should say 1 play.
No, they had 6 plays.
6 plays. Here we go. Got the wrong sheet there.
That's okay.
Made 27-yard field goal by Sanchez, who just kicked it off. Taken on the fly by Javon Davis. Heads to the left side, drags a Panther player with him, and is down at around the 29-yard line. So the Cadets will take over there. Their 4th possession now of this second half. 4 possessions in the 3rd quarter after only having 6 in the entire first half. But 2 fumbles here in this 3rd quarter by the Cadets.
1st and 10, Eisenhower from the 28-yard line.
Are we seeing Spurrier back out there? We're not, Eric.
Okay, different quarterback now, Grant.
It's like
you got
Judah Oldenkamp.
Yep.
So we'll see how this changes things up.
Nope, hang on. Nope. Okay, now a wide receiver coming out.
Coming out late is Ty Larson. Still some confusion.
They got 11 on the field.
Play clock is stopped. Now back to 25 seconds.
I'm not sure why they reset the play clock here.
It was down to 9.
Now a substitution as Garcia comes out. Now in comes Caleb Coronel. I'm not sure why they allowed Eisenhower to make all these shifts here.
I don't understand that either.
I mean, a play clock's a play clock, for goodness sakes.
So
now everybody jumps. So, trouble in River City for the visitors.
Indication of false start against the Cadets.
New quarterback. Spurrier was hurt on that last possession, went off gingerly, fumbled the football, still standing on the far sideline. So we don't really know what this means for the Cadets with Oldenkamp now in there at quarterback. It's funny though, Eric, neither quarterback that's listed as a quarterback are in there. There's two other quarterbacks listed.
Yeah, they got Caden Sund, a sophomore, and Corbin Roy, a sophomore. But instead, it is Oldenkamp, who's a junior.
5'9", 145-pounder. Let's see what happens now. Whips it out right side, has a receiver there, and it's caught by Ty Larson, who came into the game late, and he'll be dropped at just across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. That'll be a loss on the play, actually, of about 3 yards.
Second down and 12, Cadets.
Or a gain of 3, I'm sorry. It was second and a first and 15. Now second down and 12. With 4 receivers out there again for the new quarterback, Judah Oldenkamp. In shotgun, takes the snap, looks right side, and he is in some trouble, and he is going to be called down, I believe, at about the 10-yard line. They're going to move it up a little bit. And great pressure. Ernie Velasquez of the Panthers, the 6-foot, 180-pound junior, with all that pressure on that play.
His helmet came off while he's making the tackle, and that's because Oldenkamp was reaching out for all of his life, trying to stiff arm him, and in the process ripped his helmet off, so he's got to come out for a play. But a good stop for the Panthers and a big loss.
What, 13 yards, I believe, Eric. Brings third down and forever for the Cadets. Almost bobbled that handoff. Sartain gets nowhere. In fact, he didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's another loss. About a yard on that play. And that's going to bring up fourth down and very long. This should give the Panthers some excellent field position. Return man Aiden Bapp standing at the Cadet 47-yard line to receive this punt as Coronel comes on to do the kicking for Eisenhower.
3 carries in a row for Sartain for negative yardage for Eisenhower.
That was a tough possession right there. Coronel, the snap.
Oh boy, I think they got a piece of it, Grant.
It looked like it was blocked a little bit as it goes out of bounds right at the Eisenhower 40-yard line with 1:04 left to go in this fourth quarter.
10 Panthers from there.
Third quarter, I should say. 1:04. Boy, the Panthers would love to punch one in here to either end the third or start the fourth. Wenatchee with a 4-point lead, 10-6. And the football is Devereaux back out there on offense. In shotgun. Winding down this third period of play, and Panthers have some great field position. Handoff. Here's Martinez. Seal blocks around the edge, lowers those shoulders. Garcia with the tackle, but not before a 9-yard gain down to the 31-yard line.
Well, and here's possession time for Wenatchee. Keep churning the legs, keep leaning on those guys that have been out there all night for Eisenhower, playing both sides of the football. That's going to maybe, nope, they got to get one more playoff here before the end of the third quarter.
Looks like kind of a tired defense right now, the linemen especially.
And their Daubers down too, because they obviously know their starting quarterback is out and not much they can do offensively.
Devereaux shotgun on this second down and 1. It's Flugie in the backfield this time. Gets the handoff, the big man over the 30 easily for a first down, and gets knocked down at the 27-yard line. 3-yard gain for Flugie and a first down for the Panthers.
That's a Panther first down.
Stop the clock momentarily to reset the chains, then they'll start it back up again, and we'll reverse ends and get ready for the fourth quarter here, Grant.
And that's exactly what's happening. Clock is moving, and that'll do it for our third quarter. Our score after 3 here at the Apple Bowl is Wenatchee 10 and Eisenhower 6. Fourth quarter coming your way in 60 seconds.
Third quarter. The score, Wenatchee.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can move this
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
And welcome back to Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom, and we are just set to head to the fourth quarter. Wenatchee clinging to a 10-6 lead in this low-scoring and turnover-filled affair here at the Apple Bowl tonight. But most of the turnovers, in fact, all of them have been by Ike here, Eric.
Yes, they have. And Wenatchee has taken advantage and played great special teams here tonight to give them a 3-point or a 4-point lead and trying to add to that.
1st and 10 at the Ike 26-yard line. Here's Flugie, can't get the edge on a nice play by Ike over there, making the tackle Juan Rios, the punter. And that's a gain of only 1 for Flugie on that carry.
5 carries, 9 yards for Jack Flugie on the night. You know, Grant, I was looking at the sidelines here between the quarters, and I don't even see the quarterback, Moses Spurrier, on the sideline anymore. So whatever type of injury he had, they may have taken him to the local hospital.
Oh, boy. Let's hope that didn't happen. Here's Devereaux in shotgun on this 2nd down and 9 play.
Beautiful play fake.
Devereaux rolls right, has a man. It's Rivers. Cook bobbled it and then made the catch at the 20. A nice 7-yard gain, which looked like it may have been incomplete, but a nice catch and concentration by Cook.
Rivers Cook showed that during the basketball season last year, that he's got some hands for a big guy. And he's a big frame out there for the Panthers at 6'4" and 210. Why not throw it to him more?
Absolutely. I love those tall tight ends. So the Panthers 3rd down and about 2.5. Panthers need to get to the Ike 17-yard line. Big 3rd down here. Devereaux shotgun. Handoff, it's Martinez. Can he get that corner? And I don't think he's gonna. In fact, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That's where they'll mark him after no gain. And now it's decision time. 4th down and 2. And it looks like Garcia, or Sanchez rather, is going to come out and give it a go here. Plenty of leg, Eric, as you mentioned, a really good field goal kicker.
You know, Colby King was locked in on the block there, and Martinez, he's been trying to go outside all night long. That may have been a better opportunity for him to cut inside of King on that carry, but credit Eisenhower's defense for stringing it out.
37-yard attempt here from Sanchez, and we've got a whistle and a timeout by Coach Devereaux. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Les Schwab. Les Schwab takes your safety seriously every time you stop by. Also by Sangster Motors, family owned and operated, home of the all-new electric Hummer pickup and SUV. And by Save Mart. Shop smart, shop local, providing outstanding value and service since even before I was born, 1962.
You weren't
at least by a year.
You weren't born there?
At least by a year, yeah.
Well, decision time for Coach Devereaux. Do you keep and continue to roll the dice with your special teams here tonight and let them tack some extra points on the board here? You know that Eisenhower has lost their big play potential, you think anyway. I mean, I don't know how much quarterbacking Oldenkamp has in his background. So get 3 points. Get your 3 points. Get off the field. Let your defense play the way they've played well for now going into 3 quarters of this bowl game.
And make them tie ya. Yeah, make them score. Exactly. And I think that's exactly what Coach Devereaux is thinking right now.
Meanwhile, Eisenhower, after the timeout, they're thinking, well, they're going to fake it here?
Which wouldn't be a bad call, actually, right here, as Sanchez gets set for the kick.
Got the wind at his back.
Devereaux, the holder. The kick is in the air, and it looks like it's left, and it will be wide left and no good.
No good.
Some life into the Cadets with that missed field goal as our score remains 10-6, and the Cadets will take over at the 20-yard line.
Had plenty of leg, just barely missed wide left.
Boy, the Cadets just have had a horrendous start to this second half. This will be the 5th possession now. Only 4 plays on their first drive. A fumble. Wenatchee recovered it on their second. Another fumble on their 3rd possession. And then a 3-and-out on that last one.
Oh, look at this. He's back in.
Spurrier is back in there. That's a great sign. As the Panthers now have the starting quarterback from the opposition back in there. Pass over the middle, nicely done. Caught there by Oldenkamp, breaks a tackle, gets a first down, and crosses the 30 to the 33-yard line. 13 yards on that pass and catch for the Cadets.
Well, there you go. Just when I was looking and scanning the sideline, couldn't see him. Maybe they took him back to the bus for a few minutes. Got his head on straight and is able to come back in and contribute immediately.
You're right, though, Eric. I didn't see him over there either. Nevertheless, first down and 10. Cadets. 4 receivers have done this formation all night long, have the Cadets. 1 running back, and it's Oldenkamp in the backfield. Handoff. It's Sertain, rather. Gets up to the 35. Gain of 2 on second down.
Evan Burdan again in on a tackle. He'll be in an ice bath after this game here tonight. Rivers Cook helping him out after a short gain, and that's good for the Panthers. You got to stay disciplined here, and even though you think pass, you got to watch for that run as well.
Second down and 8 now for Ike. Ball at their own 35-yard line. Spurrier shotgun. Fake handoff. Sertain. It comes near side instead to Aaron Culler, who does break a few tackles and manages to make a gain out of it all the way up to the 39. Gain of 4 on that pass and catch, and that'll bring up third down and about 4 yards, or make it 5 yards now for Eisenhower.
I'm sorry, who was on the catch there, Grant?
That was Culler.
Culler, okay. Second catch of the night for him.
Gain of 3.
All right, big third down and 5 right here. 8:29 left to go, 4th quarter. Here's Spurrier. Throws on the run, but it'll be short of a first down by about 3 yards. Gets up to the 40, a gain of only 3 yards.
I thought he was out of bounds, but the official right there on the call. So they'll put it down at the 41-yard line. Gain of 3 and 4th decision time here for Eisenhower. Looks like they're going to go for it.
4th down and 2. Big play right here. Don't even have to say that in this ball game as we dip under 8 minutes left to go in the game clock. 4th and 2. Spurrier shotgun. Looks left side, quick pass left side, and that will be just enough for a first down. Needed 2 and got 3 on that play. Clutch first down for the Cadets.
Nehemiah Garcia, his most favorite target of the night, collects it again just enough for the first down out to the 45, a gain of 4 yards.
Moves the chains for the Cadets. Clock continues to roll now. 7.5 minutes left to go, 4th quarter. Wenatchee clinging to a 4-point 10-6 lead. Spurrier, play action, goes right side, caught over there by Davis, makes a beautiful move at midfield and gets close to another Cadet first down. He's going to be right at the down marker at the Wenatchee 45-yard line.
Davon Davis with the reception.
And those quick passes have been working nicely for the Cadets here. They are going to give them enough for a first down, too. 1st and 10 now. Eisenhower at the Wenatchee 45.
Charlie Jorgensen.
3 receivers to the left side of the line, 1 to the right. That's your near side. Here's Spurrier back to pass out of shotgun. He's going long. Downfield, Baps there on coverage and bats it away at the 5, and it goes incomplete. Beautiful pass by Spurrier, but good coverage by Aiden Baps.
That breaks a string of 8 completions in a row for Moses Spurrier between going out of the game, coming back in the game, and picking his way down the field. And why not go for the long ball there? But again, as you mentioned, Grant, Baps perfectly positioned to defend that football.
2nd down and 10. Ball still at the 45. Clock is stopped at 6:56. Low snap. Spurrier corrals it off the ground as Burdan takes him down, and now we've got 2 flags. One in the backfield, one came from the middle of the field.
I think we got a hold. Burdan absolutely blew up the center there, and the center could do nothing as he was falling back to his hind side, just reach up and try to grab the leg of Evan Burdan as he went trouncing over the top of him. So they call the penalty flag there, and Wenatchee going to take the field position battle here.
It's funny that 2 flags came in on that same play. That's how obvious that was. As this penalty moves the Cadets back now inside their 40. The ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. Be 2nd down and 16 now.
2nd down,
26 rather. They've had a few of these tonight. Spurrier shotgun. Looks downfield, middle of the field. He did have Garcia open for a second, but low and a little bit behind him, and it goes incomplete.
I guess who was on the pressure again, Grant? Number 54 for Wenatchee, Evan Burdan, just living in the backfield of Eisenhower here throughout this football game. Got some pressure on him, forced to throw that ball a little bit behind the wide receiver.
I think we know who we might be talking to at the end of this game. That's for sure. Just an outstanding game by
Great
Burdan.
game for Jorgensen as well tonight.
Absolutely. 3rd down, 26 for the Cadets. Here comes River Cook on the chase. The ball thrown and then picked off by Bapst, I believe, and it is intercepted at the Wenatchee 45-yard line. 46. And that's the 5th turnover now in this game for the Cadets. Boy, it's hard to win a football game with 5 turnovers. As the Panthers take over now at their own 46-yard line.
Great job by Rivers Cook to flush the quarterback out of the pocket, rolling to his right along the sideline, trying to throw back across his body. Aiden Batts, playing center field back there, was able to just step in front, pick off the ball, and as you mentioned, Grant, give the ball to the offense one more time on a turnover.
Boy, how nice would a score be right here for the Panthers, and Coach Devereaux wants to call timeout. 6:39 left to go, 4th quarter. Wenatchee leads it 10-6, and we're back to the field in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Lewiston, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made one trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, you know. I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
6 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in this football game here from Lee Bofto Field at the Apple Bowl. The Panthers have the football after the 5th turnover of the night by Ike. A fumble, or I should say an interception rather, has given the Panthers the ball at the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10, and boy, a long drive and maybe some points here would just about put this away from the Panthers. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10. Devereaux in shotgun. In the backfield, Martinez. He gets the handoff, hit by a host of Cadets after a 1-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 now for Wenatchee. Ball at their own 47-yard line. Coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel, this should say next Friday, we will be at Eastmont High School. It's Sunnyside at Eastmont. Eric and I will have the call on that game. Following day on October 1st, it's Moses Lake at Wenatchee Girls Soccer. And that starts at 1 o'clock on October 1st. 2nd down and 9. Devereaux, shotgun. Looks far side, has a receiver. It's caught. Caden Vile brought down at the 45, and that'll be about a yard short, I believe, of a first down, gain of 8 on that pass and catch.
Caden Vial with the reception.
And the Panthers will be just short of a first down. It'll be third down rather, and a yard. The ball at the Eisenhower 45-yard line. What a big play right here with 5.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Devereaux in the backfield, also with Martinez back there. In shotgun. Handoff, Martinez gets the first down and more, all the way down to the 40-yard line. Gain of 4 on that rush. And the Panthers have themselves another first down with 5:12 now left in the fourth quarter. By the way, our next game here at the Apple Bowl coming up on Friday, October 7th, a non-league matchup as Ellensburg comes to town. Once again, Eric and I will have the call for you right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. First down and 10 Panthers, now at the Cadet 40-yard line. Shotgun for Devereaux. Quick pitch left side. Martinez gets a nice block from Burdan over there, and that allows him to get at least another 5 yards. And I'll tell you what, that was all made possible by Evan Burdan. From his left guard spot, sprung that, and that's a nice 7-yard gain for the Panthers.
7 yards.
Second down and 3, and more importantly for the Panthers, this clock continues to move.
2 to go for the Panthers.
4:17 left. Panthers by 4 here in this tight, low-scoring ball game here from the Apple Bowl tonight. Devereaux shotgun. Martinez this time directly behind him. Gets the handoff again and gets a beautiful block, but there might be a hold. I think this one might be coming back. A gain all the way down to the Cadet 15-yard line, and already the call. It's a hold against the Panthers. So a nice game will be negated now by the penalty, and Panthers have had a lot of penalties tonight, to say the least.
Will nullify that long run by Martinez.
Martinez a little winded now, patting his helmet, meaning he would like a little break. He's going to stay out there instead. And that'll take the ball back out to the 41-yard line and bring up a second down and 11 for the Panthers.
Back to the 41-yard line of Eisenhower. It'll be
10 penalties, 112 yards unofficially on the night for Wenatchee. So definitely something there that they need to clean up.
No doubt about that on this 2nd and 11. Ball at the Ike 41. Devereaux is going to pass. No, it's Bishop in there now. Setting up the screen pass. He finds Cook with a lot of open field. Down the sideline. 10-5. Touchdown, I believe. Yes. Wenatchee Panthers 41 yards. Bishop to River Cook.
Rivers Cook collected it, had bodies in front. It was just the wave motion gun up the Eisenhower sideline, and Rivers Cook gets his 2nd touchdown in consecutive weeks.
And I think Caden Vile sprung that play with a nice seal block on that far side, allowing Cook to rumble down the sideline for that 41-yard score. On for the point after try now is Sanchez. This 16-6 ball game. Cook the snap, Devereaux the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. It's now Wenatchee 17 and Eisenhower 6. We're back in 60.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
That scoring drive for the Panthers, 4 plays, 54 yards, 3 minutes, 39 seconds off the clock. The Sanchez point after good, and now the Panthers lead it by 11. What a big score. It's 17-6 with exactly 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in this game.
Now that probably the one that's going to make the difference in this one here, Grant, and give Wenatchee their second win in 2 years.
Wow. Pooch kick on that kickoff by Sanchez, and Eisenhower recovers it and just falls on it at the 34-yard line, and that's where the Cadets will take over on this drive. 3 minutes, 28 seconds left to go. What a big score that was for the Panthers. Spurrier back out there. Shaken up a bit earlier in this quarter, but back out there now. Same formation, 2 receivers on each side. Surtain in the backfield, and Spurrier's pretty much forced to put it up now, and he scrambles and he goes down. Isaac Davis, the senior lineman, with the sack.
Isaac Davis combined on the sack.
Loss of 5 yards on the play.
Boy, and the
loss of about 6.
Key to this game has been all defense for the Panthers.
Yeah.
They've just played a whale of a football game here tonight.
Really have. Basically one drive and a few passes in that same drive by Spurrier, and that's about it on the night.
Dan wanted a hold there as the pass is caught. And then the receiver, that's Oldenkamp, is absolutely drilled.
Judah Oldenkamp with the reception.
I think on that hit was Martin Diaz, the defensive back for the Panthers.
Third down 12.
Gain of about 3, but still third down and 12. There's Burdan again. He all his hands on Spurrier, lost him. Spurrier still trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and then gets pushed out of bounds right at the yardage stick.
No gain on the play.
So no gain there, and that'll bring up 4th down now, and about 14 rather. Boy, and if you're Ike, you just got to go for it here, Eric, even though there's 2:24 left.
Oh, yeah.
You're on your own 30-yard line.
You know, one thing with his sophomore quarterback, Moses Spurrier, I mean, he's got a future for him.
Absolutely.
If he can stay healthy and stay alive.
Spurrier back to pass again. Burdan on the chase. Spurrier, nice pass on the fly, and a great catch. Javon Davis.
Wow. That was fantastic. I mean, that shows you what this athletic quarterback can do. He has the ability to throw on the run like that. You watch out for this kid the next 2 years.
15-yard gain on that 4th down play. Needed 12 and got 15. And now up to the 45-yard line. 1st down and 10, Ike. Here's Spurrier back to pass again. Looking right, has a man there. Tries to break the tackle, and he does across midfield. Once again, it's Javon Davis. And that'll be a 1st down, gain of 11 on another nice pass from Spurrier to Davis. Hurry up offense now, obviously, for the Cadets with 2 minutes right on the money left to go in this one. Here's Spurrier back to pass on 1st down, wings it far side. We've got a flag down in front of the Wenatchee bench. That's a gain of about 12. Bapst on the tackle for the Panthers, but let's check the flag.
Eisenhower pointing Wenatchee's way. Bapst, meanwhile, needs a breather. He'll come to the sideline.
Nothing. That's a weird penalty because nothing was even happening on this side of the field. It was all on the other side of the field. But
yeah, I don't know if Wenatchee was offsides.
Maybe.
See if they let the play stand and decline the penalty. Yep, they will.
Penalty marker down was for illegal substitution on the Panthers. That penalty is declined.
That'll be a 1st down.
10, Eisenhower.
Good field position, too, at the Wenatchee 34-yard line. 1 minute, 51 seconds left to go. Spurrier rolls right, gonna keep it this time, and a great tackle in the backfield. Guess who? Once again, Evan Burdan with the big play. A loss of a yard on that play, and a timeout called by the Cadets.
How about Evan Burdan?
He has just been an unbelievable defensive player tonight, and that's not to mention the great blocks he's had on the offensive side of the ball. He is a tired football player right now, too.
And he told us in the interview that we ran before the ball game here tonight that he is already signed up to become a Marine, and he has been living in enemy territory here tonight all night long.
He sure had. Boy, is he a perfect Marine or what? So the Panthers trying to get their first win in a long, long time. Let's just put it that way. And it looks like it's going to happen here at home tonight. Their second league game of the season, 17-6 Panthers.
Well, it's been since the first game of last year. Wenatchee had the game that was spoiled because of COVID. And then they played Mount Baker here at home, winning that game narrowly. That was their only win last year.
That's right.
So it's been since then that Wenatchee has posted a game in the win column.
Well, that's a long time for this football program. Spurrier on 2nd down and 11 throws it down the middle of the field, overshoots his intended receiver Garcia. That'll go incomplete and stop the clock down with 1:37 left to go and a 3rd down and 11.
3rd down, 11 yards to go.
Spurrier tonight, 17 of 25 for 175 yards. You know, and really, after a 230-some-odd yard performance against Moses Lake last week in a loss, you got to, hang your hats and give credit and kudos to Wenatchee's defense for keeping everything in front of them. No big plays here tonight.
Because he has been that offense, no doubt about it. Spurrier now on the 3rd down and 11. Once again, scrambles out of traffic, throws it low and incomplete to Garcia. And now do or die time for the Cadets. 4th down and 11 with 1:31 left to go, 4th quarter.
Is number 5 out there for Wenatchee, Aiden Babst. He's just been all over the place here tonight, offensively and defensively and special teams. He's not out there right now, but this would be a play where if you're a defensive back, just, play center field and watch everything in front of you, try to step in and intercept.
Here's Spurrier on this 4th down play, wings it down right side of the field. Good coverage down there, incomplete. And the Panthers will take over on down.
Tristan Witherington on the coverage. The 5'9", 155-pound sophomore was able to get perfect position defending the wide receiver over there, Javon Davis, and knocks the ball away over on downs.
And the Panthers will have it at their own 35-yard line with 1:24 to go. I'm not sure Ike would even call timeout at this point of the game. They might. 11-point lead, 17-6. Bishop, full house backfield in there, and he's just going to waste some time, take a knee, and let this clock wind down.
Loss of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 15, Panthers. Timeout, Eisenhower.
And they will take
there,
a timeout.
That answers my question right there.
So, my friend, who you think you're going to talk to here on our postgame show?
I think I'm going to talk to Evan Burdan.
Yeah, he's been workhorse here tonight, that's for sure.
Such an impressive player tonight.
The only thing bad about these snaps and take a knee is it goes against your totals.
It does.
On the night.
I hate to even write down -5. You're right.
Hey, by the way, we'll be at Eastmont next Friday for the Wildcats and Sunnyside Grizzlies. Be sure and join us for all the action. Pregame at 6:30. Then the following day on Saturday, October 1st, is Moses Lake Wenatchee girls soccer here at the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moraga with your play-by-play. Then on Friday, October 7th, interesting non-league game mid-season. Wenatchee hosting Ellensburg. That should be an interesting one. And Grant and I will be here for that one a couple of weeks from now.
All right, 2nd down and 15. Bishop stays in there at quarterback. Going to do the same thing and take another 5-yard loss. And Ike looks like they will stop the clock here. We'll take a quick timeout, too. 1:10 left to go in the game. Wenatchee 17 and Eisenhower 6. Back in 30 seconds.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill, located in East Wenatchee. Highlander Golf Course has added 2 state-of-the-art full swing simulators. Food and drink service is available from our full-service bar and grill, offering breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Indoor and outdoor seating available. Call Shalane, our on-site coordinator, to schedule your special event.
1 minute, 10 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. Wenatchee in control now of this one, 17-6, facing a third down and about 22. And once again, Bishop takes a knee. And that'll bring up fourth down as the clock continues to run. Ike out of timeouts now, as we dip under a minute left to go here in this one. Panthers with the punting team out on the field.
Well, stranger things have happened here, Grant. Still got 50 seconds left on the clock. You got a dangerous man in Oldenkamp back there to return this punt. Is it Oldenkamp?
It is. Okay. It is.
Numbers kind of obscured.
We
on the
haven't
back
really
of his
seen the
jersey.
returners have a chance.
No,
for Ike tonight.
and again, that goes credit to to Wenatchee's special teams unit here tonight. I'll tell you what, Juan Rios has got to be also one of our MVPs tonight for the Panthers.
Outstanding game. There's a lot of players that played really well tonight.
Yes, definitely so. Jorgensen on defense, Bapst on defense. Of course, Evan Burdan all over the place tonight.
Even the punter, Juan Rios, has had a nice night tonight.
Beautiful.
He really has. He'll be in to kick, as Eric mentioned. Oldenkamp will be back to receive for the Cadets, standing at his own 46-yard line. 50.7 seconds left to go.
We're letting that, well, the play clock isn't even running here. So that's being kept by the officials on the field.
All right, looks like we're ready to go now.
Again, officials have done a good job tonight. Mike Penning, our referees, Zach Kirshner, the umpire, Craig Still, Nathan Hahn, and Kelly Campbell out of the Chelan County Officials Association.
They've been busy tonight.
Yeah, there's been going to be some ice baths for the shoulders of these officials with all the penalty flags thrown. 10 penalties, 112 yards for Wenatchee unofficially, 7 penalties, 50 yards for Eisenhower.
Panthers letting this clock roll now. 9 on the play clock. 6 seconds. 3 seconds. And there's the snap. Rios.
Oh, he kicked it off the back of his own man into the end zone.
And that's going to be a safety, I believe.
It is.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
How weird is that?
Recovered in the end zone.
Well, that makes it even more interesting now. An 8-point, one-score game with 22.9 seconds left.
The score,
that was one of the weirder plays I've seen in a long time right there.
Well, Juan Rios was in a big hurry to get that snap. Once the clock got down, the play clock got down to 3 seconds. And then he's a left-footed punter, and he took a step to his left on the snap and then punted it right into the back of his protection man, who was standing there. And then scrambling back to cover the ball was Jorgensen. Didn't want to give up a touchdown, so Jorgensen covers it. And it's a 2-point safety here.
And an 8-point spread.
Eisenhower. Yeah, this game's not over yet. I was wondering, actually, Grant, on that, if you ran around and take a safety on purpose on the punt. Just try to run as much clock out as possible.
Right.
So you don't risk the punt return touchdown possibility. Now you got to kick the ball
it is
away.
17-8, so it is still a 9-point spread. That's right. It was
it's
17.
a 2-score.
Right. It is still 2 scores.
So maybe that worked out in the end in Wenatchee's favor, strangely.
So now Sanchez will kick it from his 20-yard line.
You have a choice here to kick it off or punt it. Sanchez a little bit better on the teed ball.
End over end kick taken at the 32-yard line. That's Oldenkamp around the right side, and Evan Burdan. Surprise, surprise. Another tackle for the Panthers with 17 seconds left.
He has to have 25 tackles at least tonight.
Oh, I think he does too. How many sacks?
Well, he's got several tackles for loss. We got a player on the far sideline that's injured here for Eisenhower. I think it was the return man, Oldenkamp. Maybe after Badan tackled him, kind of rolled up on his ankle there. So they'll tend to him on the far sideline.
Boy, you're so right. Evan Verdan has just been all over this field. What a player for the Panthers. 5'11", 215-pound senior. And I'd like to see this kid go on and play unless he wrestles.
Well, he said that he wants to wrestle. He's going into the Marine Corps.
Right.
And he wants to wrestle for the Marines. He didn't talk about football at all. He went to nationals for freestyle and Greco-Roman wrestling this past summer.
Wow.
That's after he recovered from a horrible hamstring injury, tore his hamstring last year before the wrestling season.
1st and 10 now. Ike. Time running out on the Cadets. Pass is caught and then dropped right at midfield. Intended receiver Ty Larson. And that'll stop the clock with 12.8 seconds left. 2nd down and 10 for the Cadets at their own 43-yard line. Shotgun again for Spurrier. 3 receivers to his left, 1 on the right side. Spurrier's looking left too, has a receiver middle of the field again, and it's Larson, and again it's incomplete at midfield, and that brings up 3rd down.
Larson. Big hit on the play by Connor Christensen. 3rd down.
Stops the clock once again with 7.4 seconds left.
Again, be sure and hang out for our post-game show. Grant's going to head down to the field and talk with Evan Verdan, and we'll try to get Scott Devereaux to come join us as well on our post-game show. That's coming up here on the NCWLIFE Channel as we're just about 9:30 in the Great Northwest.
Pass, Spurrier on 3rd down, enough for a first. Nice move by Jones out there, I believe, Davis rather, as he has stood up then at the 40-yard line, and that will do it. Time has run out on the Cadets, and the Wenatchee Panthers, their first league win, boy, in a long time, as they get the victory here tonight, 17-8 over Eisenhower. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back for the post-game show here on the NCWLIFE Channel. Stay with us.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Be sure to tune in each weeknight for sports during the NCWLIFE Evening News. If it's the Mariners, the Seahawks, or any of our local teams, I'll be sure to cover the latest right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're going to need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Don't stress, just save up to $250 on select tires with financing at our Les Schwab Fall Tire Sale. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back here on the postgame show on the NCWLIFE Channel, where the Wenatchee Panthers knock off the Ike Cadets here by a final of 17-8 here tonight. Yeah, interesting line score as Wenatchee led it at halftime. Actually, no, they trailed at halftime by a score of 6-0. Eisenhower scoring the only touchdown of the ball game in that first half at the 6:18 mark of the first half, as Spurrier hit Culler on a 19-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was wide, and with 6:18 to go in the first half, Eisenhower led it by a score of 6-0. They would hold on to that 6-0 lead heading into the second half. Their first possession of the half, though, would end in a punt, and that would be a big theme of the night, as we saw 11 punt attempts, 10 of them completed. One of them went the wrong way for a safety. In the second half, Wenatchee would also punt its first possession away. But then down at the 1-yard line, Eisenhower on their first play from scrimmage at their own 1 would fumble the snap, try to hand it to the running back. He would try to cover in the end zone, but then right there was Jorgensen for the recovery in the end zone. The extra point made it a 7-6 Wenatchee lead with 7:21 to go in the third quarter. The next possession also went awry for Eisenhower, as they had fumbled it on the second snap from center. It was recovered by Wenatchee's Davis, and Wenatchee would kick a field goal after a 6-play, 12-yard drive. Sanchez connects from 27 yards out. That made it a 10-6 ball game with 2:44 to go in the third quarter. Eisenhower again would punt the ball away. Wenatchee get the ball back, keep it into the fourth quarter, but then a 37-yard field goal attempt by Sanchez missed wide left, and so it remained a 10-6 ball game. Eisenhower again was able to get into Wenatchee territory as they finally got the offense going, but then an interception by Aiden Bapst would give the ball back to Wenatchee, and the Panthers would capitalize on a 5-play, 54-yard drive. Bishop would hit Cook for the touchdown pass from 41 yards out, and with 3:30 to go in the ball game, it made it a 17-6 ball game. Eisenhower would try to go for it on fourth down, turn it over on downs. Wenatchee get the ball back and try to run the time off the clock, but they couldn't run it all off the clock, so they dropped back to punt at their own 19-yard line. That's when the punter, Juan Rios, punted the ball into the back of his own guy. The ball ricocheted into the end zone. That's where Jorgensen would cover it for Wenatchee as a safety for Eisenhower. The Cadets would have 3 more chances, but would turn it over, and that would be the end of the ball game. 17-8, our final score here tonight. We'll take another break, come back, and take a look at the numbers and get you ready for Grant on the postgame show as we continue here at Lee Bofto Field of the Apple Bowl, where the Wenatchee Panthers win a Big 9 contest for the first time in 3 seasons as they beat Eisenhower 17-8. Back with more right after this.
I'm Brian Thorpe, and I'm proud to say that Global Car Care is growing. We always do the right thing, and because of that, we're busy, and it's time to hire an experienced automotive technician. We spend as much time with our coworkers as we do our own family. I want them to understand they're not a number here. They're a person with a family, and I want them to be part of this family too. Do you want an owner that understands and respects what you do every day? I'm that guy. Our compensation is the best in the area. I want you to have your career with us.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. You can use this time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
1989, I moved here in July. My dad farmed, my brother's still on the family farm. I worked for a dealer in Olson, Idaho. I was his general sales manager. My boss goes, I got a guy that may be ready for a store. We made one trip here, and that's how I ended up here. I'd never been here in my life, and I had no friends here. I have nothing, you know. I do now. I have a lot of friends here. I mean, this is my home. I love living here.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Get your body moving. Tune in for Vibrant Motion, featuring low-impact aerobics hosted by Connie Townsend. These workouts are great for all ages. Vibrant Motion brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activities Center, weekdays on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Well, Welcome back once again, one more time around before we get down to the field. I see Grant Olson is standing by with Evan Burdan, so we don't want to keep them waiting. Not much offense really tonight for either team. 167 total yards for Wenatchee, 106 through the air, 61 on the ground. Meanwhile, for Eisenhower, 213 yards of total offense. Leading the way on the ground, Anthony Martinez, 16 carries, 79 yards for Wenatchee tonight. Jake Devereaux had 6 of 8 passing for 65 yards. Jackson Bishop, 1 of 7 for 41 yards and a touchdown. Aiden Baps, 4 receptions, 49 yards, and Rivers Cook, 2 catches for 47 yards. Again, the Wenatchee Panthers get the win tonight over Eisenhower by a score of 17-8. We'll come back with more, and we'll talk to the man of the night who has got to be tired. That's Evan Burdan with Grant Olson coming up next here on the NCWLIFE Channel.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
We were in Roseburg in the early 80s. Our oldest son, Dan, was a defensive back, a starter on that team. They in fact, became Oregon State champions, setting the first undefeated 14-0 season in Oregon's history. And our kids still talk about that. I go back now, too, and I think about all those great days and great times. The neat thing is that we can go back in today and still enjoy the same quality food that we enjoyed 50 years ago. That's legendary.
All right, post-game show continues now as we are joined by the player of the game, the NCWLIFE player of the game, Eric Burdan. And I'll tell you what a game tonight. What did you guys see in film that made you believe that you could have this great of a defensive output tonight? It was all a defensive win, it seemed, for Wenatchee tonight.
Well, we noticed that most of their plays, they're a pass-heavy team. We recognized that. So we shifted our defensive line around, gave ourselves an extra DB on one side to cover that 3 receiver end. And then we had good rushes on the quarterback all night. We had great coverage throughout the second half. First half, there was a few errors, but we still kept them pretty well covered. Yeah, turnovers helped us win that game completely.
And with the way that Spurrier could throw it, I'm sure you guys knew going in, and I called you Eric, it's Evan, that this kid could throw it. So you had to get pressure on him, and boy, did you ever do that tonight. And you got the big turnovers when you needed it, too.
Yeah, it just comes from great weeks of practice. We practice all the time. We have turnover circuits. We have tackle circuits. Our D-line, we practice pass rushes all the time, and that really helped us tonight. We got our basics down and just stuck to them.
And, you know, your last win you had here at Wenatchee was going back all the way to Mount Baker last year, the first game of the season. It's been a long time since you've had a league win. This has got to give you guys some confidence now heading in kind of to the meat of your Big 9 schedule.
Yeah, Moses Lake's going to be tough next week, but this win definitely is going to give us a good week of practice. It's going to start off strong. Tomorrow's recovery and lift and film and all that will be a pretty good one. But, yeah, I think we can take it to Moses Lake for sure.
Outstanding football game by Evan Burdan. We figured you had at least 13 to 15 tackles and at least 3 sacks that we gave you credit for. Outstanding game.
Thank you.
All right, that will do it here from Wenatchee High School tonight as the Panthers get the win by a score of 17-8 over the Eisenhower Cadets. And that will do it for our coverage here from the Apple Bowl as well. I want to thank my broadcast partner, Eric Granstrom, also Dan Kuntz and crew here on the field. Outstanding job, too. And joined by our player of the game, Evan Burdan, as the Panthers go on for that win, 17-8. Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again next time. Now, handoff up the middle again. Peterson's got some room up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
This has been a special presentation of NCWLIFE Channel Sports. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Abby's Pizza, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Les Schwab Tires, and Sangster Motors. Be sure to tune in for more local sports right here on the NCWLIFE Channel. We now return you to normal programming already in progress.
Win the district championship.